And you had Dave Roberts, you had Mookie
Sure.
Betts, you had other stars saying, all right, we're going to go ahead and get another one. And they invited that pressure and those expectations. And now look at them tonight.
And then you have the target on your back. You're the defending champions. You have everybody around you trying to knock you off. And I'm sure, knowing Dave Roberts the way that I have known him, I've known about some of the speeches that he has given to some of his teams. And he has said, let them come. Let them give us their best shot. We know what to expect, and we're the champions, and these champions, we're going to make history, and they have.
The philosophy here, as you said, I mean, so much of this has been in preparation for this game, Game 7, to make sure that they were ready and prepared for anything that came. What will we remember, from this series? Are we going to know that, it was Game 7 that stood the test of time? Oh,
absolutely. When you think about baseball, and this is a game that every kid likes to play. When you think about baseball, you think about mistakes. Because in batting, if you bat 300, that's you're successful 3 times out of 10.
Right.
So that means you're a success. But in baseball, especially at that level, you want to be perfect all the time. You know you can't be perfect.
But wow.
It's just it's the fact of that you want to be, you're trying to be. And in this instance, it looks like the Dodgers have been as close to perfect as anyone could be. That's for sure.
Couldn't have said it better.
And a perfect reaction from fans, too, because they've given so many fans reasons to cheer, reasons to be happy. You're taking a live look right now out of East L.A. and the fireworks already lighting up the sky. I believe this is from Rena Nakano and our crew down there in East L.A. You saw it all last year, and yet it doesn't really get old when you see it again this year, right? All the smiles, all the cheers, all the celebrations, something we're sure going to be seeing for the rest of this night.
I mean, I love how you said, you brought up the kids. Everybody wants to play baseball. Everybody feels like they could. We're looking at the faces of the kids who have cheered for this team probably their entire lives, and the feeling and the emotion they have tonight, knowing just how special this will be. You got to believe those memories are going to stay with them forever.
They will last a lifetime, that is for sure. But we also we want to recognize and acknowledge what this game of baseball and what this Dodgers organization not only means to themselves, but what they mean to the community. What they are doing and what they have done for our community is absolutely incredible. The whole community of Los Angeles now feels really, really good, and that's what a winning team will do for you.
And let's check the pulse of that community actually right now, because we mentioned Rena Nakano's name. Rena, can you hear us? We want to check in with you. What's it like down there right now?
Yes, well, let me tell you something, you guys. When we first came up here, we were like, okay, there's a cool family, the Morales family. They are projecting this game with that high-quality projector on the water tank behind me. But you know what? We came here, it was way cooler than what we expected. The Morales family has been doing this for 2 World Series in a row. They actually started this out with just a movie around the holidays, the Halloween time. But when the Dodgers went to the World Series last year, this is when they started projecting. And you know what? As you saw, there are so many families in this area that are already throwing up fireworks. This is so exciting. Get over here. We just talked to this woman. She lives at this house. How are you feeling right now?
Oh my God. Super happy.
Yeah?
We're super happy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I was talking to you guys earlier. You guys do this for the community to enjoy the game and also just enjoy each other's company.
Yes, we love to have family members. And then our neighbors, we have an awesome time.
What was your favorite part of the World Series so far?
Oh, wow.
Ohtani.
Will Smith.
Ohtani, Will
Yes.
Smith.
Yes,
Rojas. Yeah, seriously, yeah, Rojas taking it 4-4 into extra innings. Oh my gosh, and then Will Smith.
So much talent.
Yeah.
Our team is so
4 into extra innings. Oh my gosh, and then Will Smith.
so much talent.
Yeah.
Our team is so talented, honestly.
Yeah.
I love them.
And I love how she says our team, because really they are Los Angeles and the surrounding areas team. And of course, you just see so much love for this team, and we just cannot wait for them to get back here from Toronto to celebrate it here in Los Angeles for us, the community. In East LA, I'm Rena Nakano. Send it right back to you.
Rena, we're feeling that energy, of course, right now as we take it in, as those kids take it in, as the family takes it in. And of course, this was a battle-back game. It did not come easy. No. and it kept everybody on the edge of their seats. I mean, as we watched it unfold, everybody, of course, wondering. I think I heard a collective sigh of relief, though, from Los Angeles when that final, just unbelievable.
And it's crazy. And Jim, I want to circle back because we talked about the sense of history as we take a look at the Lakers congratulating the Dodgers as well and its impact on this community. But from a historical perspective, because we've already talked about them winning back-to-back championships, right? The first team to do that in 25 plus years. But this is a series that's incredible. You had the 18-inning game just this last Monday, and now you had another extra inning game tonight.
There were so many different things that happened in this series that we weren't expecting. And I was telling everybody, just sit back and relax and enjoy it. Don't in this particular series, don't try to predict what's going to happen, because there's no way in the world that you can. And as soon as you try to predict what's going to happen in something like this, you see what happens. You end up saying, wow, I didn't know about that. I didn't think about that. And that's the wonderful thing about sports. That's the wonderful thing about this particular sport. You don't know anything about it until it's over. It ain't over until it's over. And it's just a wonderful experience to have. And it makes you feel really, really good.
Man.
Here's a perfect example of what sports can do for our community. Look at everybody now that's coming on our air. They're laughing, they're joking, they're smiling, they're having a good time. That's one of the things that sports provides for us.
And we heard them talk about the talent. I think that's been another target on the backs of the Dodger organization, of course, for so long, is that we have so much talent. We have so much, as the Chargers are the next ones to roll in and congratulate, of course, bringing Los Angeles together, as you said, Jim, but so much talent on this team, and every player seemed to kind of have their own role in this success.
Well, that's why they call it a team. When you know your place in the team, and you take care of your spot in the team, then the team is successful. The individual has to take a back seat. And I don't know of any individuals on the Dodgers that think that they are more important than that logo. The team is more important than it. And right now they're saying, oh, man. If you listen to them, you'll hear them say, we.
Our,
and that's the key word right there.
And something that money can't buy either, because that's the other part about the Dodgers too, is that they're one of the highest payrolls in baseball. So you have a lot of people saying, oh, they buy their success, which is simply not true, right? You still have to build that community, and you build that team effort, and you see it culminate in another championship, because these guys still have to play for each other and for that ultimate team success.
Yeah, a lot of teams fall apart with money behind them.
Because they get comfortable.
Yep.
You know, they get sensitive. You know, they get selfish. You don't find that on the Dodger team. Dave Roberts will not have that on his team. The Dodger organization lays out the plans. We're going to pay you. We're going to take care of you. But you got to give us everything you've got. And this is what it leads to. Wow. Championship.
Back to back. And as we see, of course, the streets are filling up as we expected, as, of course, we saw last year. This is just such an exciting moment for the whole community, as Jim has been talking about, because there's so much character that we can, discuss about this team and just how far they've come. We had some down spots in this season. We had some up spots in the season, but for it to all culminate to this moment right now, those smiles say it all.
Third championship in 6 seasons for the Dodgers, of course, going back to 2020. In these last stretch of time, as we take another look at LAFC, they're celebrating your World Series champions, coming from congratulations from LAFC there on the right side of your screen. But of course, you had that COVID-shortened season, 2020 championship you had last year, you had this year, not shying away from any of those expectations, as we mentioned before, and embracing every single one of those moments, and to do it in such dramatic fashion too,
because
you know there was there's a lot of heart medication and everything else going back there.
You got that right. And when people talk about the Dodgers they know how to withstand some pressure, well, then there are other people that say pressure's for tires. and when you think about that puts everything in its total perspective, because you have to know exactly what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. That's even most important in this game of baseball.
And even if we extend the analogy just a little bit, well, one tire is a little softer than the others. That's why you got the other 3 to carry you until you can fill it back up.
That's right.
The other way.
And it feels like that's exactly what's happened. All right, I hear we have our Tom Waite downtown LA right now. He's going to bring us more excitement. Tom, what a game, what a night. Tell us what you're hearing and seeing down there.
I mean, people are so fired up and excited for this. It is just, it's pretty beautiful to see. There's lots of families down here. Everyone just, it's such a pressure-filled game, right? Let's take a look at some of the clips. This is not the... keep this? No. All right. Okay, so we're going to get to, I think we have a clip. Go, Kings, go! Go, Kings, go! Go, Dodgers! So much. Thank you. All right, well, tell me what your favorite moment of the game, besides the win, what was your favorite moment?
I mean, just the game-winning walk, or the game-winning double play was amazing. Absolutely, that was probably the best part.
There were people in the bar literally crying at one point because it was just like when they got out of that inning where there was the pitcher hit one of the players.
Right.
Forgive me, I don't know any of the players' names. And then the relief of getting out of that inning. What was that like?
I mean, it was absolutely amazing. Like, I'm so happy for Dodgers Nation. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Go Dodgers!
So, I don't think I can say it better than any of these folks have said it.
LA, let's go, back to back. We're here, live in LA Live. LA, back to back. Let's go, baby. Mexico, we out here. Let's go, Dodgers. Let's go, Dodgers. Let's
That's for you, Kershaw. All right. So how about if we get to some highlights, though, right? Like some of the cool parts. All right, let's go to where they tied up the game. Let's do that, right? Okay, let's. Okay, all right. What do you want to say?
Miguel Rojas. I underestimated him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. He saved the game from ending.
There was some parts where I saw people. I was telling someone else. People were crying in the bar at that one moment where they saved the game. People were there was so much pent-up emotion.
The game was about to be over, and Miguel Rojas stopped it from being over. And then Will Smith came in and got us the win, essentially,
Okay, cool. All right, let's take a look at the moment when they won, because that is the moment everyone wants to see. Yeah, of course. All right, so there you have it. I think what's so beautiful out here is just to see everyone so happy and so joyous, and just, we've been through a lot in LA the last year, so it's great to see everybody just happy together and just cheering that level of joy. We've just been through a lot in LA. It's been a lot, and just tonight's all about celebrating, and people are just. It's just an expression of happiness. It's just fun to see everybody cheering in the streets, and just getting to see smiles, right? Seeing families and seeing just everybody out here kind of in the same mindset. They're all here to celebrate their city, celebrate their Dodgers, and just be excited, right? I mean, we know that lots going on in our lives these days, and we need something to cheer about, and this is one of those moments where everyone's together and they are just very happy. They've got a lot of streets out here closed. You might be able to tell probably by now we're outside of Tom's bar here. Tom's Watch Bar. What a great name for a bar, right? So yeah, and so everybody right now just kind of fired up, but I'll go ahead and send it back to you. I think you send it back to you guys.
Tom, you've done a marvelous job.
Yes,
we appreciate
have.
Tom's Watch Bar on Tom's Watch.
There we
right
go.
There. Well done.
I just wish
and
I
we
knew
will check back in
any
with
of
you.
the players' names. I don't know anyone, so I'm like the person that got hit by the ball and the thing that happened.
He's riding the wave, the wave of good times.
We'll take it from here. Don't you worry, Tom.
Let's get back to East LA right now with Rena Nakano. Check back in on the community there with all the fun and the celebrations continuing. Rena, how's it going over there?
Well, how do you think it's going? Obviously, it was a nail biter. I think it was like a nail biter like 10 times in this game, right? Well, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to faint. Oh, I'm going to pee. It's crazy. But, you know, at those clutch moments, we had Rojas, we had Will Smith, we had the double play, we had that crazy catch with the Will. Oh, my God. It was just a crazy game. I couldn't even watch the game. Neither could all these people. But, of course, these people were able to watch thanks to the Morales family, who actually has this high HD projector that they were putting it up on the water tank here in East LA. Of course, this is the most amazing moment. Well, actually, last year was pretty amazing too, but 2 times in a row? How do you feel? How do you feel, buddy?
I'm good.
Oh, good? Yeah?
I'm happy.
Yeah?
I'm happy.
Oh my gosh.
Johnny.
Yeah, okay, so obviously his favorite player as our last live shot, he told me was Ohtani. What do you love so much about Ohtani?
His batting.
His what?
His batting.
His batting? Oh, what about his pitching?
I love it. He's like a bat.
Yeah. So,
Ohtani!
yes. Ohtani, obviously, he started the game, didn't do so well in the beginning, but you know what? His teammates, as well as Ohtani, just totally killed it today. Of course, Yamamoto, seeing a starter end the game, I mean, that's been crazy this whole World Series, right? But it just comes to show you anybody in the Dodgers organization in that lineup is willing to do whatever it takes to get them to win the last game of the entire season, right? I mean, this is so crazy. How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling?
We're so excited. We're so happy to have our team again.
I know. It's one of those surreal moments that, did they actually do it 2 times in a row?
Yes. It's unbelievable, but you have to believe it.
I know. So we were talking earlier. You have a little baby who's like 3 years old. Can they stay up all night for this today?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I give them permission too.
Yes.
Okay, I got to ask you again, which part was your most exciting part for you? Or you know what, better yet, which part for you was kind of the scariest part where you're like, oh my gosh, they might not do this?
I just didn't want them to score one more.
I
That
know.
was just the last part. The last part.
Extra inning?
Yes. No, we didn't want an extra inning. No, not another one.
Okay, I was going to say the 18-inning game a couple days ago was just, right?
Yes. We actually fell asleep for 1 inning, and then we woke up again.
Yes, that was one of those things where I woke up in the middle of the night, heard my husband screaming, which was awesome. And then here we are. They won the last game of the entire season. I mean, this, for your community, we're already seeing so many fireworks here, but what do you think this win means to the entire community of LA, which has gone through a lot this year?
Be united. Be united in difficult times. We're so proud of our team. It's our team from our city. We're so excited.
Yeah.
Very emotional.
Yeah, you are getting emotional.
Yes, we are so proud of them. And it's very hard to just mention 2 or 3 players. We're proud of every single player. Rojas, Ohtani, Betts, they're all Smith. We're all proud of them, all of them.
Yeah.
Yes, Freddie Freeman, it's like everybody.
Everyone from batter number 1 to batter number whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody did such a great job, and I feel like they really did this for LA. We've gone through a lot this year. And a lot of people have been, affected negatively by the fires and all sorts of stuff, with the government shutdown even. But here we are. Everyone in this town is feeling united thanks to them.
Yes, we're so happy for this moment, and we're gonna be waiting for that parade, to see that trophy.
All right, we can't wait to see that trophy. I'll send it back to you.
Rena Nakano live in East LA. Rena, thank you so much. A nail biter where you have no nails left.
Yep, none
but
left.
You can celebrate at the end
We know,
of it.
though, the Dodgers, everybody was watching, down by 3 runs at one point, but they battled back to come and, of course, win it all.
And, of course, we've been sharing this moment with sports director Jim Hill, that epic comeback, big win for the Dodgers, Jim. I mean, whew, what a day.
And we will never forget this.
Nope.
Everybody will remember exactly where they were when the Dodgers won the World Series, that is for sure. But how about this, my friends? An unforgettable series. Let me show you now how amazing Game 7 unfolded. It's really amazing. amazing is what you could talk about. The way this one played out, just unbelievable. Dodgers are down 4-3 with 1 out in the 9th inning, but Miguel Rojas drives one to left field. It clears the wall. We have a tie game, and even the Dodgers can't believe it themselves. Look at Dave Roberts there. The Blue Jays loaded the bases in the bottom half of the 9th inning with 2 outs, and Ernie Clement hits a long fly ball to left center field. Teoscar Hernandez and Andy Paez both go after it, and Paez makes the catch while running into Hernandez and the wall. If you take another look, this crazy play keeps the Dodgers season and keeps it alive. This one went into extra innings, and eventually in the 11th inning, Will Smith really crushes it up to left field, a home run to almost the same spot as the previous one. The Dodgers have now the first lead of the game. The Blue Jays put 2 runners on in the bottom half of the inning, but with 1 on and 1 out and a ground ball to shortstop, Mookie Betts turns the double play to end it. The Dodgers win the World Series for the 2nd year in a row. They complete an incredible comeback and win it by the score of 5-4.
Oh my! I mean, the double. I mean, of course, the double play.
Yeah.
But everything that led up to that moment that had to fall into place so perfectly over 11 innings. I mean, what do you even say about it?
And Jim, it's also worth mentioning at the tail end of that too that Yoshinobu Yamamoto was named the World Series MVP for his tremendous performance.
But it just goes to show you that the Dodgers are a team. Sure, they have a lot of great players, but they want to be known as the Dodger team and not the Dodgers as a group of great players. And that's why they're the World Series champions right now, that's for sure.
Yamamoto, though, worthy of that MVP title?
That and then some, and a raise.
Jim Hill said it. Dodgers, you better get the pen out and the checkbook.
He's got it right there.
I got a funny feeling that his agent is already knocking on the door.
And that call might get held until tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, speaking where it is almost tomorrow, actually,
it
is actually
wow.
tomorrow
This
right
game
now.
lasted so long.
Yeah, let's go ahead and check in with Darren Haynes, who's out in Toronto right now. Darren, it is the next day, and the Dodgers are World Series champs. How's it feeling out there?
Well, it's feeling great, but don't worry about what I'm thinking about. Robusky's right here. Tell me, what's it feel like to be a world champion?
Oh man, I can't describe it. You know, that's what you dream of. You know, and being able to pitch in a Game 7 is something I'm incredibly blessed. You know, I never thought I'd kind of get that opportunity. You never think it's going to come, and then it comes, and we won the game, and it was the most stressful time after I came out of the game that I've ever had in my life, and we pulled it out. It's incredible.
You had that moment where that exchange where the bench is cleared. Talk to me about that moment and maybe how that sparked you guys to help win this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to come in on a guy that's not very good against lefties, and I'm not trying to hit him. And he tried to get hit by the pitch before by flailing his hand at it. And then the pitch after I hit him, and I'm not trying to hit him. I was more upset that I hit him than anything, and then he starts jawing at me, and I'm not going to take that. If you're going to start talking to me, I'll start talking to you, tell you to meet me halfway. So he didn't, but yeah, bench is cleared. Whatever happened, and I don't think there's any bad blood between me and him. It's just we're competing at the highest level in a Game 7, and yeah, it happens.
Last question: what do you think this celebration is going to be like when you go in the clubhouse when the champagne pops?
I hope it's crazy. I need it to get wild. So that's what we're hoping for.
Appreciate your time. Yeah. All right, back to you guys in the studio.
Used. I think that is an appropriate word. Darren, thank you so much for that. Getting to hear it from the mouth of somebody that, had a night.
And worth highlighting, Justin Robusky, 25 years old. So he should be partying like he's in his mid-20s.
Yeah.
I can promise you, in that locker room, the champagne is flowing, and it's going to be crazy.
And it won't stop.
Oh, no.
Either.
Not until they run out of champagne.
And it's going to carry all the way out here.
I mean, and to think about the fact that we were talking about the mood was very different in the newsroom, even at the beginning, second inning, third inning of this game.
They were down 3-0.
Down 3-0. Yeah. Everyone's, wondering. But, I mean, as Jim, we keep going back to it. It's not over till it's over. And what a game that encapsulates that feeling and shows us the magic of baseball.
And that's one of the wonderful things that Dave Roberts gets over to his players. No matter what the situation, no matter what the score, no matter how many outs are left, it's not over until it's over. And a lot of times you will see, like we did today, and you will see in years past and in years in the future, how teams come back in Major League Baseball from big deficits to win games, and this is exactly what happens. If you watch and take the example of the Dodgers and what they accomplished today, you're going to be good for life.
We can all learn something.
And as we continue our live coverage right now, let's get back out to Darren. It looks like we have Emma Sheehan right there on the line, so to speak. Darren, take it away.
Yeah, Edman is in the house right now. First of all, when you're up on that stage and knowing that you guys are world champions again, what was that feeling like? What is that feeling like?
There's no, it doesn't feel real. I still can't believe it. It feels like a dream.
One thing I think about is this game was, a lot of these Toronto fans thought the game was over before Miguel Rojas hit that home run. Talk to me about your emotions going into the extra innings to seal the deal.
The same thing. I can't describe it. I saw the ball come off his bat, same with Will, and it was just, I can't describe it. It's unbelievable.
I mean, what can you say about this Dodgers team? For some reason, when your backs are against the wall, you guys always play your best.
It's just everyone's got toughness. Everyone's so close. Even the guys that aren't playing are doing their part and firing everybody up. Everyone's together. It's amazing.
For the people at home in LA that are watching, when you look around this place, what is that feeling that brings to you when you see your teammates celebrating like kids right now?
I can't describe it.
You just lost for words.
I'm lost for words. I don't know. I don't know what to say. That's crazy.
Well, congratulations to you, Emmett.
Thank you.
Hey, we're going to have more interviews. A lot of players on this field right now. We're going to keep it moving. Until then, we're going to send it back in the studio until we get another player, another world champion player, you guys.
I love that. Darren, thank you.
Champion.
Yeah, and what's funny about this moment, too, is that we have to remember, yes, it's back-to-back for the Dodgers, but there are some players on this team that didn't get to celebrate that same way with him last year. And with Emma Sheehan specifically, he had Tommy John surgery in May of 2024, so he didn't play last season, and now he gets to taste that sweet champagne for the first time in his career.
That's one of the wonderful things about the Dodger organization and how they have a mixture of veteran players, young players, and in-between players that have not experienced this winning everything. And they were really, really hungry because they could see it in the eyes of the veterans. And that's one of the great things about the Dodger organization and Dave Roberts. He knows exactly when to, but more importantly, when not to put the hammer down.
Sure, and that diversity of having all those different levels of experiences also makes a difference. And I believe we're going to also check in now with Mike Rogers. He's been on the desk, standing by for us, giving us kind of the temperature of the town, so to speak, right now, Mike. What are we hearing? What are we seeing?
Yeah, so temperature of the town is simmering, I would say. Everyone's very excited. But we are starting to cross the threshold into LAPD is having to do some things. I want to take you live out to the San Fernando Valley, Pacoima, where SkyCal is overhead, Laurel Canyon and Paxton, where they are dealing with a crowd. The crowd is fine. They're not unruly. They're not doing anything. They're just there, and LAPD is starting to get a bunch of calls about it. You see them kind of waving their flags there in the intersection. The LAPD has been called a couple of times. They're estimating the crowd at about 30 people. Again, really not the end of the world here. Everyone is pretty behaved. Now, I can tell you down in downtown LA, they have issued a dispersal order at LA Live and at Crypto.com Arena, where they had a large crowd there that they have tried to move. Even before the game had ended, we had heard that rocks were being thrown at law enforcement down there. So LAPD already declaring an unlawful assembly in the downtown LA area near LA Live and near Crypto.com Arena. I also want to show you some video from a little bit earlier here where a crew was in Highland Park, and you started to see some fireworks go off in the area. This is a big thing. Lots of fireworks. We've gotten reports all over the area of fireworks going off, people celebrating. I can tell you law enforcement is on high alert. The Sheriff's Department's special response team is already out in East LA along Whittier Boulevard, where we know crowds like to gather there as well. So they're ready. They are in the second one actually just came in right as I'm talking at Sunset and Echo Park. That's right at the entrance near Dodger Stadium. So they've also issued a dispersal order at Sunset and Echo Park. So these things are starting to pop up. People get excited. They're having a good time. Sometimes it gets a little bit too far. Sometimes they start blocking traffic. That's when LAPD starts to issue these dispersal orders, which is happening both at Sunset and Echo Park and in downtown LA near the LA Live area. So we'll keep following this. We are still waiting on news of our celebratory parade and when that might happen. We're tracking all that here from the desk, guys.
All right, Mike, thank you. Forgive me, I'm ripping up some notes here to take as we continue our live team coverage, right? It's a lot going on as we continue to show you the celebratory tweets there. That is the Dodgers back-to-back World Series champs. We've seen the Rams, we've seen LAFC, we've seen a number of teams and of local officials just chiming in because it's that time.
And not only that, but I hear we have our Tom Waite that's actually in the area where those dispersal orders have been issued. So we want to get to to Tom to kind of maybe get a checkup there of what he is seeing, because of course Mike's tracking it here from the desk, but we have our field crews in the field. So Tom, if you can hear us, give us a sense of kind of what you're seeing and feeling out there.
Well, right now, the crowd has dispersed quite a bit. Let's do two things here. Let's show you LA Live, kind of the main plaza right outside of Crypto. This is a private area, so it's totally clear, and that's by design. They've got barricades out here. And then, all right, one sec. And then if we swing around here, you can see there's lots of police barricades, lots of LAPD out here. They've also got the street pretty clear at the corner of Figueroa and 11th. So there haven't been any, just a lot of happy people right now, just a lot of joy out here. Maybe people have had a few cocktails while they were enjoying the game.
Hey, the best team in the world. Let me. No doubt. For real.
Okay. Tomorrow. Whatever you do tomorrow. So anyway, it's pretty good out here.
We're not in Toronto, right?
That's right. We're not in Toronto.
We're in LA, right?
I'm gonna go ahead and send it back to you guys right now.
Tom, we can only imagine what things are going to be looking like in a couple of hours.
Right.
Thank you.
Exactly. We appreciate it. As we continue to monitor the situation, we want to get back to Mike Rogers there at the desk, who continues to monitor everything right now.
Yeah.
Mike, what are you keeping an eye on?
So we're talking about a parade, right? And we're waiting for the official announcement from the Dodgers and from the mayor. But here's who I just got an announcement from: Los Angeles County Courts. They say the LA County Courts will be closed on Monday for the Dodgers parade. So an unusual source of confirmation or potential confirmation from the court system here in Los Angeles County, saying that they will be shutting down the court, civil and criminal, in downtown LA for a parade on Monday. Dave Roberts, in an interview, also alluded to a parade on Monday, telling people to keep their calendars open. We don't have any of the official details about exactly what the route is or what time that will all be occurring, but Dave Roberts says keep your calendar open. Court says we're not doing court on Monday because of the Dodgers parade. So it sounds like the Dodgers parade is going to be on Monday, guys.
Wow.
And normally in these situations, right, Mike, they tend to sort of plan just in case whether or not they win or lose, because these are large logistical operations you have to keep in mind.
And it's always so sad when you plan and don't get to do it.
Yep.
But we have planned and we'll get to do it. And
Yes, we will.
Exactly.
Got a lot of people in this newsroom that came in just for this very moment, yourself included, and we're so happy to have you, Mike Rogers. It would not be a win.
Dave Roberts is saying that he's heard something.
Exactly.
If the manager of the Dodgers, if the manager of the World Series champions is saying, oh, keep your calendar open on Monday because something's going to happen, you know what's going on.
It's about as close to a bullseye as you're ever going to get.
That's right.
We're also continuing to keep an eye on Darren, who is out in Toronto right now. We've already made the joke that it's already tomorrow over there because of the time difference. He's going to wrangle up some players as he has so far, and continue to keep an eye on them, but just
Mike,
a fluid
I believe
night.
we have another update for us coming in just as this is evolving. Mike, what you got for us?
Right as I sent it back to you, we got an email from the Dodgers. Parade will begin at 11 a.m., Temple Street and Broadway in downtown, and it will continue along an approximately 45-minute route west on Temple, then to Grand over the 7th and north of Figueroa, ending at 5th Street. Members of the Dodgers, as we saw last year, will be on a double-decker bus. Following that, the parade, the Dodgers will host a championship celebration at Dodger Stadium, similar to what we did last year, about 12:15. Some gates for cars will open at 9:30. Stadium entry begins at 9. So parade, 11 a.m., Monday, starting in downtown, ending with a celebration at Dodger Stadium, guys.
Bringing it to us first. Everybody is already calling in their, PTO. That's
developing a little bit of a cough.
Having a little scratch in their throat.
If I work today, do I get Monday off?
Mike.
No.
We need
Come
you.
on, Jim.
All right, we're taking a look at Sky Cow here up above what we assume will be some celebrations. Of course, we know those Dodgers fans. Maybe it wasn't a home game, see those fireworks, but people here know how to celebrate as if it was a home game. So we're just hoping everybody gets to enjoy this in this magical moment back to back.
It was a big topic of conversation going back to beginning of this series or earlier in this series, because the last time the Dodgers clinched the championship at home was 1963.
Wow.
So they've, with these back-to-backs, now they've done it on the road, and yet the celebrations, it's as if they got it here. But Jim, I want to ask you about specifically that back-to-back mentality, right? Because that parade, when it ended last year, that's when Mookie Betts, Dave Roberts, everyone's like, we're looking to add another one to this finger. Fast forward a year later, they've done just that. What's the mindset going to look like now where that target's only going to get bigger and brighter, and complacency could start to set in, because that's obviously what we start asking about teams once they start getting into that dynasty status?
Maybe not. And here's the reason I say that. You've got a great manager in Dave Roberts. You have great teammates. You're playing for one of the best organizations, not only in Los Angeles, but in all of sports. And when you put on that Dodger uniform, a lot of times you start to say, ooh, this feels pretty good. But you want to live up to the uniform. You want to live up to what's happened before, because there are a lot of individuals who have done some wonderful things in that Dodger uniform that are saying congratulations and clapping, giving you a clap, but they also want you to go back and get more. You want to be greedy. And
put in the work.
Yeah,
they put in the work.
If you put in the work, then you got to go on and get what you reap from it.
And that's not too different, honestly, from using another local team as an example. The status and the expectation from the Lakers, going back to the Kobe and Shaq era, where you start winning championships, so you set the bar exactly incredibly high, and now you have to chase that.
And let me add this: I know for a fact that there is some competition between the Lakers and the Dodgers. As to who can win more championships. And when you have that kind of competition, it's the city that really
benefits.
You better believe it. Big time.
A good time. A good time is what we're looking at here. The streets of LA are going to start filling up, and we've already starting to see people in downtown LA, of course, with Tom Waite, who has been down there talking to fans who I know, Tom, have to just be so psyched right now.
They are so psyched, and I think, as we've been saying tonight, the energy is just pure joy. People are so happy. They're sharing this together. There's just a good mood. I mean, people are just pleased about seeing their, pleased would have done more. They're just thrilled, I should say.
Dodgers, baby, Dodgers, baby.
Like that guy said. All right, so take a live look out here. So, we were talking about sort of the security situation out. They do have police kind of ready right now, but no one's really sort of triggered any response out here. People are kind of just milling about, but they've definitely, when I say they, the LAPD, definitely have the area pretty, not locked down, but they've got a lot of cruisers and personnel in place. I think they're just sort of, taking precautions. The crowd definitely has thinned out here where we are, right outside of Tom's bar, Tom's Watch Bar, I should say, here at LA Live. And it's a pretty mellow situation right now. People definitely still here, kind of. They're still here enough. What was your favorite moment of the game?
The 4 versus 4.
The which one?
The 4 versus 4.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
Give me another moment. What was your favorite moment?
Favorite moment? Bottom of the ninth inning, top of the ninth inning, Mickey Rowe for the home run, save of the game. I love that.
All right.
Miguel Rojas for the home run. Come on, Miguel.
Our producer Courtney had a question for me. Did you? What were you saying, Courtney? Oh, wow. All right. Well, let's go to Toronto. Is it Darren or Jeremy is live with? Let's go to Toronto. How about that? Darren's in. Darren. All right. Let's go to Darren in Toronto with Magic Johnson.
Yep. All good. Yes, I'm here right now with Magic Johnson right now. He's talking about his Dodgers winning the World Series. Let's listen in.
And then I lost one against the Celtics. And they're heartbreaking, right? But the games were close like this. Same thing. Right down to the end. I lost one and I won one. So let me just say this. Don't forget to give Toronto some love. This team probably would have beat any other team, right? And they gave the world a series that nobody's going to forget forever.
Magic, you've been in
before game 5. And I'm waiting for the first pitch. I kind of expected him to come out. How did that come?
I don't know how they got me to come out, but I tried to impress them.
Magic, we're live on CBS LA. Just describe your emotions. You've been in some tough battles in your career, but what was this one like for you?
Oh, man, this is probably one of the toughest we've ever seen. It's almost like I remember Kobe Bryant and them winning Game 7 against the Celtics in L.A. when Ron Artest, world peace, hit the big three-pointer to seal that victory. It reminds me of, us playing against Detroit Pistons 7-game series. Also, you get into sports has a way of just giving you memories for a lifetime. This series just made every Dodger fan, every baseball fan, it's giving them memories forever. And also it brings our community together. So all Dodger fans back home celebrate, party, have fun, because this was difficult. That team, Toronto, was awesome in this series. And so we don't want to take nothing away from them, but we're coming back home with the trophy. We're going to see everybody at the parade. We get to do it again. This team, when you go 3 and 6 years, it's almost like a dynasty. So give Mark Walters, but I also want to give the players some love. And last but not least, Kershaw get to go out the right way.
What do you say to Vladdy?
I love him, a future Hall of Fame. Vladdy is a dominant player. That's what I say to him. Job well done. I was a fan of his dad. Now I'm a fan of his. And I used to watch his dad take balls almost off the ground and hit them out of the park. And he's doing the same thing. So he's a superstar in this league, and he'll be great for a long, long time.
We celebrated last year. What do you think this celebration is going to be like this time around, back-to-back?
It'll be better.
You think so? All right.
Oh, yeah. This celebration should be better because it's been 25 years since a team have done this.
Yeah.
Go back-to-back. Yeah. And then with the wildfires, we needed this too. With everything that's going on in LA, this sort of brings our city back closer together. The fans get to just have a celebration that they can now forget everything that's going on, just come out and just have a good time and scream for their favorite team, the Dodgers.
Magic, you do a lot in the community in regards to the victims of the wildfires. Just from your standpoint, from meeting with those people, what do you think this championship means to the city, the people who were affected?
It makes them feel good for this moment tonight and in the next few days, right? We hope that it'll make them feel better, forget about what's going on for just a couple days, couple hours, and that we could give them some enjoyment tonight and that they can say, my team, our team won, right? And the Dodgers. And then, sports has a way of just bringing everybody together.
What do you say?
And I think we needed that. The city needed that.
Appreciate you, Magic. Thank you so much, Magic. All right, this is Magic Johnson. Back to you guys in the studio.
Wow.
Darren, thank you so much. That was a wonderful insight there.
What a good perspective to remember just what everyone's going through. And now we got a reprieve of happiness and joy.
Mm-hmm. Because if there's anyone who knows about winning championships and bringing happiness and joy to the city of Los Angeles, it's Irvin Johnson Jr.
Yep.
And I'm sure that there are a lot of, he's a part owner of just about everything in town.
Yeah, that's true. But the Dodgers as well.
And the Dodgers as well. So it's amazing how if you have a reputation of good, some of it just rubs off on the people that are around you. And I am positive that some of the good of Irvin Johnson Jr. has indeed rubbed off on the Dodgers, although it really didn't have to because they were going to be a great team anyway. But you can take all the magic you can get.
There's so many players.
Absolutely.
And we heard him discussing that parade. We want to get back to Mike Rogers on the desk with details on what will be a pretty wild Monday.
A pretty wild Monday for a lot of people, but an enjoyable and celebratory Monday. We saw it last year, and it was so nice to see the Dodgers releasing some information about exactly where the parade route will go. We've got that to show you right here on my computer. You can see the start there right near Broadway and Temple, and then it kind of moves to the east and then goes south and ends up over near LA Live. So that's where the parade route will be. There'll be lots of closures in downtown LA. People, I'm sure, will be getting out there very early. Again, the parade starts at 11 a.m. Weaves through there, and then there's a big celebration at Dodger Stadium. What's unfortunate sometimes, though, is the people that want to go to Dodger Stadium have to get there so early that they can't actually see the parade. So it's kind of like you got to pick the one or the other. Meanwhile, guys, I also want to show you SkyCal back over the Pacoima area where we are starting to see that crowd grow. Actually, you just saw some fireworks shoot off up there as well. We've seen the crowd grow. We've seen tires screeching. We do know there's a lot of fireworks going off, actually. We have seen variations of dispersal orders being given by the LAPD, but in the downtown LA area and over by Dodger Stadium, we have not seen it up here in Sylmar just yet. SkyCal has been keeping an eye out of this. By the way, SkyCal is limited to the valley because of the fog that has taken over the west side and the basin. So all of our chopper coverage will come from the valley, and that's where one of of the hot spots is right now. Wow, really popping off with a lot of fireworks up there. So LAPD at one point had estimated this to be maybe about 100 people. It looks to be kind of holding at that. But, you know, the more we start to see these side shows, burnouts, fireworks, all of that, it's certainly going to get the attention of law enforcement, which, by the way, are aware of what's going on in the valley there in Pacoima, and they're monitoring it as well. So far as you can see, they have chosen to kind of stay back. They've not issued that dispersal order yet, like we have seen in the downtown LA area and over near Echo Park near Dodger Stadium. So we'll keep an eye on that situation from SkyCal, but the parade Monday, and there's the route right through downtown, guys.
All right, Mike, thank you so much.
That's wonderful. And I want to go back really quickly to that Magic Johnson interview, because it was very informative. It was good all the way around, and very insightful into his mind, because Jim, what you were saying before, not only is he a 5-time champion, so he knows the highs of getting to that peak there, but the lows as well, because he lost 4 times in the NBA Finals. So there's no one really, at least perhaps in this market right now, who understands better than Magic Johnson what it means to be feeling that right now.
And I know he has gone into the locker rooms from time to time when the team was in a downer, when they were in a little bit of a slump. And all he has to do is just go and say, don't worry about it, it'll be okay. Keep your head up.
And you believe him.
And you believe him.
Because he believes it.
Absolutely, because believing you can do something is not only half the battle, sometimes that's 3/4 of the battle. And when someone like an Irvin Johnson Jr. tells you, hey, don't worry about it, you'll get them the next time. I'll be here to, what you should just concentrate a little bit harder. You'll be okay. Then you say, oh, gee, Magic said I can do it. And it's amazing, not only on that level, but on the level of our young people.
Yeah. And I think it goes back to your earlier point as well, when you talk about what makes baseball so special, is also the marathon aspect of it, because it's so long. We're starting this in March and April.
We were I mean, think about the lows that we hit this season. There were moments where everybody was saying, oh, it's a long season, and then, you know, loss after we were thinking, oh my goodness. But that rebound, that resiliency, that ability to not let it keep you down and stay down, but to get back up and know the potential and know the bar that's been set by this organization. It goes back to leadership.
Sure.
Leadership is top down.
And when you talk about the leadership of the Dodgers, you're talking about management, but you're also talking about Dave Roberts, too. And early in spring training, he talks about the things that you're talking about. Gentlemen, it's going to be a long season. We want it to be a long season, because when it is a long season, that means we're going to enjoy the fruits of victory, which is what Tommy Lasorda used to say. Because they know they'll be the champions. And that's exactly what it is. We are very, very lucky in this particular area that we have the kind of leadership that we have. And when you talk about the leadership that we have with the Dodgers and things like that, and there's more to come. More to come.
But I want to talk about a leader, because you know, Magic brought it up, talking about Clayton Kershaw and just, you know, the career that he's had, the symbol he's been to the city, and what a moment for him. I mean, what is going through his head as he watches this all kind of be the final hurrah, so to speak?
Tears.
Yeah.
And you want to congratulate him, but more importantly, you want to thank him for what he has done for all of us. Now, not just for what he's done for the Dodgers, but a lot of times what he's done for some young kids out in the community. Because if Clayton Kershaw goes to make a speech and he tells a young kid, listen, you can stay in school. We need you to get smart. That kid who may be thinking about, I don't want to go to school. Oh, well, no, Clayton Kershaw said I should go to school, or someone else, or the manager. So our athletes and our athletic teams here do more than just win games. They win the confidence of our communities. They win the confidence of our young people to make sure that they grow up to be responsible citizens that give back to the community.
On top of all that, coming from an athlete who spends his career in one location.
Wow.
We know how rare that is, not just in baseball, but in all of sports. And blessed to be in a community where you have athletes like that, you know, who can provide, and then you know that they're there, not just for the short term, but for the long term as well.
He's a shining example of not only what not to do, but more importantly, what to do.
What are other key players that stood out, not just in this series, but in this franchise right now, that we're going to be saying their names? I mean, obviously Yamamoto with the MVP, but what are those other key players? Who comes to mind as making a difference in this game and in the games we've seen before?
In a team game, I say all players. You can't win the World Series with just half a team of five. You got to have everybody. And of course, there's a lot of people, like we talk about Yamamoto and people like that, that kind of stand out. They stand out because they are individuals and they do some outstanding things. But if you don't have the team concept, if you don't have the team leader, a.k.a. Dave Roberts, if you don't have the organization, like what's up front, and the general manager and everybody else in the Dodger organization, when you have to have that to succeed. And the people say, well, how do you know? Let's go back to the Lakers. Go back to the Lakers when they were starting to win. You know, you talk about Jerry Buss and you talk about West and all those people there. And of course, who was one of the keys in the Lakers winning a lot of championships? Magic Johnson.
There you go. There you go.
So
Leadership
he knows
is top
that
down.
I'm telling you, that winning attitude goes along with him.
Absolutely.
And speaking of that culmination, let's take a look at the champagne shower celebration from the Dodgers. I saw Clayton Kershaw somewhere in there, shirtless, lifting up the trophy.
Middle of the pack.
As he should be, but I'm pretty sure he pulled that move last year too, Jim.
Let me tell you something. I've been in that situation several times. So when you go in, you know you're going to be a different person when you come out.
Absolutely.
When you go in, you know whatever clothes you're wearing, you might as well get rid of them because they're going to smell like it's like champagne.
Dry cleaning's not saving those.
Can't get it out.
Yeah, but when you go in, you know you're in on something that's very, very personal. There's only a few people that can do that. And the joy that these players have for each other kind of rubs off on you. And when it rubs off on you, it rubs and it goes and gets into the community. That's why this team has done so much to give back to our community with events like this. When you win, now a lot of people, and in specific, a lot of young kids pay more attention to a player that says, this is how you do it. Don't do it that way, do it this way.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think we've got some live pictures here. We want to take a look at people in Pasadena packing what we know will be a lot of Dick's Sporting Goods stores and other wherever they can get their hands on that World Series gear. This is the moment, too. All of the hard work, all of the stressful games, all of the nail biters, all of the celebrations right now to get that shirt, to get that merch.
And that's how you remember, right? Because you're not in the locker room with them, you know, you're celebrating from afar, and then the video's about as far as you'll get. But those shirts, those hats, you're going to hold on to those forever.
Hands are full.
Absolutely. And don't you know that the people that are buying those shirts, when they go to work, they're going to wear that shirt.
If they go to work on Monday. Well, it is Saturday night, so they got time.
When? Eventually, they got to go back.
We're not endorsing.
Touche.
But this is special. This is the moment, too, that, I mean, to think of the shirts that you save over the years. I've got some that are so ratty and worn down, but they're memories. And this is one that back-to-back sounds pretty good.
This is what sports is all about, and this is why we are so lucky in our area to be experiencing these kinds of things, these wonderful moments of joy and happiness and saying thank you. You know, there are a lot of other people in a lot of other cities in the country that are kind of jealous of what we have here.
They sure are.
Because they'll say, I wish I was there. But you know what? It's so important for us to handle this the right way. And do the right thing and celebrate, you know, responsibly, knowing that there's more to come.
And you know it, right? In some cities, as you mentioned, they may get one, they may get none. Here, they're in a tapestry of history because now you have Dodger championships, you have the Lakers going back to the 2000s, you have the USC era with Pete Carroll as well. Like these are all things you go back and whether it's the mementos that you buy tonight or it's the stories you tell with each other on family holidays. You're like, remember when they did that? And it's just you're never going to forget it.
And that's like the start of a great conversation. Remember when?
Remember when?
Where were you?
Remember when
that can go in a lot of different directions.
You got that right.
Yeah, it can. And I mean, look, Magic Johnson talked about it as well, going back to just what a team this was. What a matchup. I can't think of the last time, I mean, we had a World Series like this, 18 innings, another 11 innings, all in the
last
same.
7-game series is 2019, so even that,
was
it's a handful of years.
Stretch.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there was that moment of collective. Oh my! I mean, how do you keep going?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a long season, but it was also a long series as well.
This group of players is as fundamentally good a group as I've seen.
Yeah.
Because they know the sport, they know what they're supposed to do in the sport, they know their role, and their manager knows their role, and they believe. Here's that key word again. They believe in each other. They kind of, was what I say around here a lot of times. They keep the faith in each other.
Yeah.
And when you do that, and you're good at what you do, it's tough to beat you.
I got some shirts to pick out, though.
And you're lining up for another.
I'm telling you, the one woman I saw had about 6 hats, 5 different sweatshirts.
You pointed out. I wondered at first if she was laying them out, but
no,
I think you're right.
She's keeping them.
She grabbed
that
all
was
of
all
them.
for her. I mean, that again shows this is the dedication that they have to the community, the team, and the spirit of what makes Los Angeles what it is.
Right, and in moments big and small, right? Because going back, we keep going back to that Magic Johnson interview
it was such
with
a
Darren
good
because
interview.
it was so good and so
insightful.
exactly.
Yeah.
And for when you're in your happiest moments, when you're in your darkest moments, sometimes you always go back to the things that keep you rooted and keep you happy. Whether that's family, and in some cases it is your local sports team.
Yeah, for some.
That's what keeps you grounded. And then when you have something to celebrate, you can get through things like the wildfires, like everything else that's been going on here in Los Angeles the last year, because you can say, we'll go to a Dodger game.
Sure, and also, because of those wildfires, who were some of the first organizations to go and help? Our sports, our sports organizations are some of the first to go into the communities and say, what do you need? We're here to help you. And they give money back. They give their time back. Of course, they give tickets and things like that. But they also give, you can go to grocery shopping. We'll give you certificates and things like that. Los Angeles is, we're very, very lucky that we live here and that we have the kinds of organizations that we have here, because with some of the with some of the bad things that happen, and those bad things are going to happen, we have all these good organizations that come and say, you know what, we're here to help you.
Jim, I know this is a moment that, again, we've had a long, long season here, but when you see moments like this and memories like this of the community coming together, I mean, what for you, as you've seen so much throughout your career, I mean, I gotta believe that these are the moments and the highlights that stick with you because of just how special they are.
Yeah, and it makes you get a little emotional because you know what the team has gone through throughout the course of the year, the ups and the downs and the injuries, and some guys get traded and some guys get fined and things like that. But then you walk up into the stands and you go into the communities and you see the effect that, in this particular instance, that the Dodgers are having on our communities. The Dodgers will say something to a young kid and he will do it before his parents say it. His parents will say, now, Johnny, we want you to go to school tomorrow now. I'm saying, oh, Mom or Dad, I don't think so. I don't know. You let Mookie Betts tell him to go to school. Mookie, I'm going.
It's ingrained.
Okay.
It's right there the entire time.
That's the influence that our athletes have on our communities and in particular on our young people. And I'm just so happy that we're able to see this, we're able to share this, because there are a lot of places that will never have this kind of night to celebrate.
No.
And here we are in Los Angeles. We're very fortunate, that's for sure.
From the youngest of fans, of course, this precious baby angel who, has no idea that she's the star of our Dodgers show right now.
But it's going to be a story for the rest of her life.
She is being raised in what is a very faithful sports world. And Jamie Maggio, I think I hear we've got Jamie here joining us. Jamie, I mean, what a night for the Dodgers. I can only imagine how you're feeling right now, watching this series as closely as you have. How are things looking on your end?
Guys, just what an absolutely, I can't even put it into words. Really, what an incredible World Series, a Game 7, extra innings. What an incredible outcome for the Dodgers. There's so much to be proud of with the way these guys played in this World Series. So the Dodgers are World Series champions again. It was a legendary fall classic. It came with a Game 7 that was fitting. So let's get right to those highlights because there are a lot of them. It was the first Game 7 of the World Series since 2019. And Shohei Ohtani starting the game on the mound on just 3 days rest after starting Game 4 on Tuesday. He ran into some trouble in the second inning, but with the bases juiced, Shohei strikes out Andres Gimenez to escape the jam. Then Ohtani at the plate in the third. What's he gonna do? He flies out to the warning track in left field for the final out of the inning, and that's going to lead to a bit of drama. The umpires gave Ohtani extra time to warm up in the bottom of the first and third innings. Blue Jays manager John Schneider wondering what's going on, huh? But it didn't seem to help Ohtani. He puts runners on the corners, and Bo Bichette unloads on a hanging slider, sends Roger Center into a frenzy, a 442-foot blast for a 3-run jack, giving the Blue Jays a 3-0 lead, and that ends Ohtani's night on the mound after he only gets 7 outs while allowing 7 base runners. All right, well, Max Scherzer cruised into the fourth for Toronto before the Dodgers load the bases. Teoscar Hernandez hits a sinking line drive to center. Dalton Varsho with an incredible diving grab. A run scores on the sac fly, but that saved at least one more. It's 3-1. Tommy Edman sac fly made it 3-2. Tyler Glasnow on the mound in the sixth when Andres Gimenez hits one into right center field. Just out of the reach of Teoscar, Ernie Clement comes in to score from second. Hits back to a 2-run lead for Toronto. Now Trey Savage on in the seventh after his masterful start to win Game 5. He gets Freddie Freeman to ground into a 3-6-3 double play. That's going to end the inning. So the Blue Jays are just 6 out away from their first World Series in 32 years. They can smell it. Dodgers are not going to make it easy though. Max Muncy, he's going to unload on a Savage splitter. Hits a towering solo shot down the right field line. The Dodgers are back in this within a run. It's 4-3 Blue Jays. Then in the ninth, Dodgers are down to their last 2 outs. The most unlikely hero comes through. It is Miguel Rojas. Miggy wasn't even in the lineup until Game 6. Now he hits a home run to tie it at 4 in Game 7. Unreal. The Dodgers' dreams of repeating still alive. Bottom of the ninth we go. Yoshinobu Yamamoto comes in a day after pitching 6 innings in Game 6. Bases loaded for Varsho, who hits it to Rojas at second. He gets the out at home. Will Smith barely gets his foot back down on the plate to save the game. Really is a game of inches here, but Toronto still has another chance. Clement hits a towering drive to left field. If the Dodgers don't catch it, they lose the World Series. Andy Pages holds on as he collides with Kike Hernandez. Unbelievable set of plays right there for the Dodgers, who somehow survive the inning and send it to the 10th, tied at 4. All right, so the clock strikes midnight in Toronto, and the Blue Jays' Cinderella run is about to end. Here's Will Smith at the plate, 2 outs in the 11th, and he pulls one. It is gone, a solo home run. The Dodgers have the lead now. How many big moments has he had in Dodger blue? Plenty, but none other than this right here. They lead 5-4, only need 3 more outs to repeat as world champions. Yamamoto still on the hill in the 11th, runners on the corners. He gets Alejandro Kirk to ground into a double play to make history. The Dodgers repeat as World Series champions, winning a classic Game 7, 5-4. Well, the Dodgers are the first team in baseball to repeat as World Series champs in a quarter century, only the 6th team to do it since 1970. The Yankees from 1998 to 2000 were also the last team to win 3 straight titles. But hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Here's Dave Roberts after the win.
Full of history, and I'm sure you'll find out about all the history. But part of it was you passed Tommy Lasorda for most World, for World Series titles. I think Walt Charleston actually has more. But what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's hard to reconcile that one. I've just got so much respect for Tommy and what he did in the game, and so it's just right now I'm just really elated and really proud of our team, our guys, the way we fought, and we've done something that hasn't been done in decades, and there were so many, as we talked earlier, so many pressure points and how that game could have flipped, and we just kept fighting, and guys stepped up big. So I could just go on and on about the big plays, the big performances, and this is one of the greatest games I've ever been a part of. And this whole series and what the Blue Jays did, and they gave us everything they had, and just such a first-class organization.
You can smell the champagne from here. You pressed the right button at every juncture, especially tonight, but throughout this series. I don't even know what the question is. Can you talk a little bit about how you
I just think it just goes down to just trusting your players. And, it's nice when you can look down the roster and have 26 guys that you believe in and know that at some point in time their number's going to be called. And that's kind of what happened. And so, Miggy Rowe, I talk about the game honors you, and, right there the game honored him. He does things the right way, and he deserved that moment. And what Yoshi did tonight, is unprecedented, in modern day baseball. And, just the young guys coming out there with the arms and just the big plays. And again, it's been a long season, man. We started out in Tokyo and ended up north of the border. So just proud of this group of guys.
Got Jack in the second row.
Dave, what was the mood in the dugout like when Miguel was coming up there in the ninth, and just being able to manage that game with the way it started and the deficit you guys faced? What did it show you about your club that you guys were able to
we were going to play 27 outs, and obviously it doesn't look great, in that moment, but I trust him to take the at bat, and he got a pitch that he could handle and hit the biggest hit he's ever had in his life. And obviously at that point in time we felt real good about it, and we needed a next level performance from Yama, and we got it.
Can you walk through just the pitching maneuvers from Snell to Yama, and then sticking with him once you got to the 11th, just kind of what was going through your brain those last couple innings?
Yeah, I'm still trying to unpack it. Snell was good. I just felt that, he gave us what he had, and I think Glass pitched before him. Honestly, I just kind of try to push guys as much as they could, and having Emmett in there, and Robo doing his thing, got some big outs. And for me at that point in time, I wanted to give Roki or Yamamoto an opportunity to keep the game at bay. And then once he did that, he felt confident that he could stay in his delivery, wasn't going to compromise health. And then at that point in time, even for that third up, he said, Daijobu, means I'm okay. And so for me, I just trusted him, and he came up big again.
We've asked you about the Dynasty question a couple times over the years. I mean, do you look at this as cementing that? Just what does going back-to-back and winning 3 in 6 years kind of mean to what you guys have put together here?
We've put together something pretty special. I do know that. I'm proud of, the players, for the fans, scouting, player development, all this stuff. To do what we've done in this span of time is pretty remarkable. And I guess I'll let the pundits and all the fans talk about if it's a dynasty or not, but I'm pretty happy with where we're at.
Go to Steve and then Jim.
Listening to Dave Roberts there, coming off of the Dodgers' 9th World Series championship. And we want to get to President Donald Trump, who posted on his Truth Social page a flurry of celebrations coming from a bevy of leaders, both statewide and now from the White House. Trump saying, congratulations to the LA Dodgers, a game won by incredible champions. A lesser group of men would have never been able to win that game, or Game 6 for that matter. So many stars made it all happen. Also, congratulations to ownership. What a great job they have done. See you all at the White House. That, again, sent out by the president just about 20 minutes ago or so here on this Saturday night.
All right, we want to now. Oh, yes, Jim.
I was just going to say, you know what's on their itinerary.
Yeah.
That's where they're going.
Add another thing to it.
Add another thing to it. They're going to get all kinds of invitations.
They are going to be busy for the next couple of weeks. And speaking of busy, it's busy out on our streets right now. We believe we've got Rena Nakano, who has been tracking how the fans are feeling. And got to believe, Rena, that people are just so excited to get out there once again, back-to-back champions. Oh, and look at you. Pick us up some, please, would ya?
Let me tell you, usually I don't really go shopping at around 10:30 at night, but just take a look down here. This is Dick's Sporting Goods in Pasadena, and the mounds of stuff. It's just insane. But it's not just clothes, you guys. They got these mugs. They got these beanies for if you're cold. You know, not so much in Southern California, but they have so many designs of really awesome Dodgers World Series champion gear. We got long sleeves, we got white shirts, we got gray shirts, we got some more gray shirts. How about a light blue one? And if you're in the mood to be kind of moody, you got this black and gray one. I mean, sorry, black and gold one, because gold is for winners, and that's what Los Angeles Dodgers is, right? And this is just amazing because thank goodness they won, because I don't know what they would do with this if they didn't. But this is an amazing, amazing sight to see inside the Dick's Sporting Goods in Pasadena. Okay, so I'm actually going to walk around a little bit more. I'm going to try to talk to a couple of people.
I'm telling you, it's like a small.
I got to talk to you because you have Dodger blue hair. What are you doing here tonight?
I'm here shopping.
Yes. Do you usually come shopping at around 10:30?
No, I do not.
Why are you here? What are you here to buy?
Dodger merchandise.
Okay, that's what you hear. Yep, everybody else here. But I'm gonna go out. Look at her. She has this is amazing. I mean, we got some kids in PJs. We got people calling on their phones because I'm sure the line out here was, oh my gosh, exponential. There is at least 100 people in line just to get in. Oh, there's more now? Tell me about the line.
All the way to El Torito. Yes, all the way to the street.
Okay, I gotta ask, how long did you wait to get in here?
I waited for about an hour and a half.
Okay, was it worth it?
I feel good. Yes.
Okay, maybe I should step away from you then. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, yeah, so how long did you wait?
About a minute and a half.
Oh, did you have someone waiting for you?
The guy up front, I give him $100 to walk in.
Get out of here, get out of here. Maybe it's the money that he won from maybe betting on the Dodgers. Anyways, yeah, they did so good. What? Okay, let's forget that guy. And he's wearing a Dodger hat, too. Yes! Dodgers, baby! All right, I mean, hold on. Sir, I got to ask you, because you already have a lot of merch right here. Who's all this stuff for?
For my family. The only Dodgers, I don't know that nonsense over there, but we're trying to represent hardcore. Got the friends, got the family, got the loved ones, all that.
Okay, and how long did you wait out here for?
This is my wife. Oh, we're here for about an hour.
Yeah. Has it been worth it?
Oh, 100%. Look at that.
Okay. Can I ask you how much that stuff's going to cost, or does it even matter at this point?
Can't put a price on love.
Did you hear that, you guys? Love for the LA Dodgers, who won it 2 times in a row, you guys. Can you believe that? World Series champions 2 years in a row. Look at all these people out here. Woo-woo! Yeah, we got kids, we got their dads, we got their brothers, we got their uncles, we got their next door neighbors, we got their buddies. Everyone is out here just enjoying their time, just trying to get the coolest, newest merch. I mean, we got everything from black t-shirts with a gold emblem. We got the same design in the hoodie selection. I mean, come on, guys, who wouldn't want this? I think I might have to go and buy a couple of you guys a couple of these, because why not? I'll send it right back to you.
Rena, so much fun. We love feel like we're there, and Darren is really the one feeling like
it's incredible. We want to go back to Toronto because he is 3 hours ahead, but that energy is going to carry him through the night. Darren, who do you have next? It looks like Tommy Edman standing right by your shoulder there.
Yeah, I'm with Tommy Edman, and I was joking with him. I was like, Tommy, you smell. Yeah. You smell like liquor. You smell like beer. You smell like champagne. What does that smell like to you?
I said it smells like victory. It smells like a championship right there.
What does it feel like, man? You joined this organization, and you won back-to-back World Series titles.
It's insane. It really is crazy just thinking about it. Been part of the Dodgers for 15 months now and gotten to win 2 championships. It's ridiculous, and I feel really lucky to be part of the Dodgers.
When you look at this organization and the ups and downs you had this season, what is it about your team that for some reason when things get hard, you guys fight even harder?
Yeah, the adversity we faced kind of throughout the year. We didn't have the regular season that we envisioned. Had a lot of tough games in the playoffs, and fought through injuries pretty much the whole year as well. And we just kept on fighting, and that showed up today in Game 7. We got down early and kept on fighting back, and ended up with a victory.
Which home run did you scream louder on? The Miguel Rojas or the Will Smith?
I don't know. It's pretty close. I think I jumped out of the dugout on both of them. But, I mean, such a special moment for both of those guys, but for Miggy especially, to come up, down 1 in the 9th inning, like that was the game right there. If he doesn't do that, we lose. And yeah, just a guy who's, just put his head down all year, hadn't played that much in playoffs so far, and to come with a huge homer like that was really cool.
Last question for you. This LA has been through a lot with the wildfires. What do you think this championship, bringing back another one, can mean to a lot of those people who are affected back there?
Yeah, just hoping to bring some joy back to LA. We did this for all the Dodgers fans. We're really excited for the parade on Monday for everybody to show out and us to give our gratitude to everybody in Los Angeles for cheering us on all year. And we're really excited that we were able to do it for the community.
Tommy, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Smells like liquor and champagne, but that's the smell of victory. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thank you.
Oh, man.
I love how he described it.
I mean, how
so
could
confidently.
there's no other way,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
Thank you,
it's
brother.
just
For real, congratulations.
As we heard, Jim has been in the thick of those moments and
Yeah.
says that, you come out just having to get rid of all the clothes because
That's right.
you can't do anything else with them.
There's nothing like being in the locker room. There's nothing like having champagne on you. There's nothing like trying to see champagne, and champagne is burning, burning your eyes. But you know what, though? Those are things that you never forget.
Yeah, you'll take it at any point. Yep.
Absolutely, because there are people at home saying, I wish it was me.
There you go.
Exactly,
Yep.
and that's what we have to remember.
Yep. Yes.
Well, he's on the phone right now, but there we go. Mike Rogers standing by at the desk with updated information on how things are looking out in the streets right now, Mike.
Yeah, so, I just got I was on the phone with the sheriff's department. They just started issuing dispersal orders and unfortunately are now having to use some tear gas on some people that are out there, partying a little bit too hard. I want to take you live out there. Vinny, if we can hit RS2, we've got a live ground camera there from East LA that is kind of monitoring the situation. That is where we have seen the California Highway Patrol, the Sheriff's Department Special Response Team. There you go on the right side of your screen. Those are live pictures there. And the Sheriff's Department tells me, yes, there has been dispersal orders given there and that they have used some tear gas as well as some of the people. Now, we've started to see lots of fireworks, commercial grade fireworks that are going on as well. And East LA is not the only place that's going. Vinny, if we can come to my computer, I want to show you what's happening in Echo Park near Dodger Stadium, where a dispersal order has also been given there. This is video you're going to see here in a moment from the Citizen app that has been kind of monitoring that. So here is some of that video that they are dealing with over there. Now, LAPD has also authorized their officers to use less than lethal munitions in this situation due to what they're calling commercial grade fireworks. In fact, you see some of them in that video right there that are being used. I also want to show you SkyCal right here. This is in the Pacoima area, the San Fernando Valley as well. We're beginning to see all of these crowds start to form. They're kind of estimating them a bit by the hundreds at this point that they are out there in. And you see right here where you can see this firework is about to be lit off as well. So that's all. There you go. And look at that, right into the crowd, too. That's where we start to see people get hurt. That didn't even go up. That just went straight out into the crowd. So we're starting to get to that point, unfortunately, where people are celebrating a little bit too much. LAPD and the Sheriff's Department trying to keep it under control. And at this point, they're starting to have to use some dispersal orders. I can tell you also, near Echo Park, where we are moving our Tom Waite to, we have also heard that they are asking for vans to start doing arrests. And we know when they bring in vans, those arrests are usually in larger numbers. LAPD now just moments ago telling us 9th and Hope has 350 to 400 people in the intersection that are starting to block things and do donuts there. So these are popping up all over the city. LAPD is on a citywide tactical alert, which we've told you this before. This is for a celebration, but we have told you during civil unrest as well. A tactical alert by the LAPD means nobody's allowed to go home. Everybody stays on shift. All officers are kind of being maximized to their fullest potentials right now to try to do everything they can to make sure that people are celebrating safely and responsibly. And unfortunately, in some situations, they are starting to use less than lethal munitions to try to get that crowd under control.
It's certainly a situation that they've trained and prepped for. I mixed my two words there, but they're certainly used to the situation, Mike, especially considering we were just in a similar situation just last year.
Right, and they've been preparing for this all week, the possibility of it. Jim and I were talking about that earlier, but Mike, anything else that people need to know about road closures or, anything like that? We know those dispersal orders are obviously in effect in that Echo Park area and the areas you just said.
Yeah, Echo Park, Pacoima, downtown LA, obviously, if you can stay away from downtown, that would be ideal. Dodger Stadium is where we're also seeing some other ones of these in Pacoima. And just really quick, talking about training and LAPD being ready for this. Yes, we did it a year ago, but I can tell you they're already learning and doing new things from last year. This year, they've got drones up. LAPD drones are up over these crowds, which is usually a helicopter that is up over there. There's two reasons for that. The helicopters can't fly right now because of weather that is impacting it, but drones are also quieter and they kind of lessen the tension or the heat that happens. A lot of times people see helicopters overhead. That kind of amps things up even more. So LAPD is able to use a much quieter version of an aerial surveillance tool that can record video and do all of those things and provide the intel to the officers as they need it without necessarily raising the tension of having a loud hovering helicopter or orbiting helicopter rather right on top of you.
Such a good point, Mike. Thank you so much. And yeah, Jim, we've been talking about this, just wanting people to be safe.
Let me tell you something. LAPD has been preparing and prepared for this for a long time. They know as well as we do that the Dodgers have a great team. They know that all the great teams that are in the area. And when they get ready to go into the playoffs, as you was just talking about, they go into their tactical alert. So they know that at a certain point of the night, they're going to make you go home. And if you don't want to go home, they'll take you to their home. And you don't want to go to their home downtown.
You're hearing it from Jim Hill. I mean, truly, I think that we just need to leave that as like a promo in and of itself for tonight. Don't go to LAPD's home. We want you to go to your home.
Right, exactly. And of course, we're going to continue to monitor that situation. Obviously, Mike's going to be on the phone throughout the evening as we continue to keep an eye on the situation because it's a night of celebration, right, for so many.
And that's what it's supposed to be. Let's get to Darren's right now. He's got a very special Dodger player. I think a lot of people are going to recognize a game player that has made some moves here, Darren, a hero.
Yeah, Will Smith is a hero, and let's get straight to it. Keep it real, man. When that ball went off your bat to give you guys that lead like that, what was the reaction, the emotions going through your body?
Yeah, I was just hoping it had enough to get out. You know, we had a couple of this series in this stadium, you know, not get out, some balls hit hard, but yeah, we were just trying to get on base there and snuck it over the fence.
You keep it so cool, but a lot of kids who grow up, they always look forward to that World Series moment to win it for your team in the World Series. Did that satisfy that craving for you as that kid having that dream?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as a kid, you dream of those situations. You know, bases loaded in the ninth or extra innings. You know, you get a base hit to put your team ahead or hit a homer or, you know, a big strikeout to win it, whatever. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll remember that forever. That was pretty incredible. You know, being on the team win, putting us up right there. Yeah, that was really cool.
When you just sit back and you look around, the confetti's everywhere, your teammates, your brothers, your family, what does it mean to you that you guys, you did this again?
Yeah, this is a special team. You know, last year was a special team, obviously winning it. You know, some new faces this year, some returning faces. But to be able to go back to back is it's incredible. It's so hard to win a World Series. To win 2 in a row, it's just there's no words for it. It's incredible. It's just a testament to what we've been through this whole year. You know, we just kept fighting. We kept believing in each other, and kept believing we were going to win a World Series. And here we are, back to back.
Will Smith, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Darren, thank you so much. I mean, what a moment to hear from him, someone who's won 3 championships now with the Dodgers. And Jim, going back to your earlier point about being one of those guys who embodies that organization so well.
Yeah, he knows how to tell his teammates who haven't won any championships how to act. What's expected? What's expected from you as a teammate? What's expected from you from the fans and things like that? And what's expected from you from the opposition? Because when you walk out on that field and you are about to win a championship or you just won a championship, and you look in the other dugout or on the other sidelines, they look at you in awe, and they're kind of mesmerized. And what you do then, they will never forget. But they also never forget how you treated them. And one of the ways that the Dodgers treats everybody that they come into contact with is with style and charm and grace. And they never want to or try to embarrass anyone because they know how good they are. And they also know in sports, very quickly, it can turn around and come to you.
And it has. So we know they know the highest of highs and lowest of lows. We want to get back out to Rena Nakano. She is in Pasadena for us, checking out all of the fun as people pack their carts. They're going shopping at 10:43 at night. I think it's the perfect time to go shopping when it's a back-to-back championship we're talking about.
Yes, so we are talking about World Two-Peat Champions, and the merch is crazy. There's everything from black hoodies with gold insignia to gray ones to even for the little babies. I think I might just buy this one for the kiddos. And of course, for when it gets a little bit cold, you also want that beanie. Of course, they have it here at Dick's Sporting Goods. Right now, though, might as well call this Dick's Dodger Goods because everything on these tables, let me tell you right now, is just Dodger Mania. We got fans everywhere lined lining up right outside the store just to be let in so that they could go through all of this merch. Whoop, whoop. All right, so this guy, we were talking earlier, him and his wife are here. How excited were you watching this game?
Oh, we were super excited. We were praying a lot. We were cheering. We were having our downs, but they pulled through. We love you guys. Thank you for bringing this home.
Ooh, exactly. And you know what? He says he has a couple of kids he's getting a bunch of stuff for, too. And we got this man right over here. Oop, Freddie Freeman fan. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What are you doing tonight?
Well, I was at my girlfriend's house. We were watching the game. You know, the game was insane. Probably the craziest one I've watched. I mean, I thought nothing was going to top the 18 anyone, and then this happens. Really up until the 9th, I'm sitting there thinking, oh no. And then I'm like, something has to happen. These guys, we never quit, even in the 9th, and they came through.
I know, and here you are shopping at 10:30 in the evening. You already have a bunch of Dodger gear.
You can always get more.
You can
Always get more.
Okay, give me a little turnaround for your little outfit. Okay, number 5, Freddie Freeman, first baseman, amazing. But what do you have in your hand there? Let me get a little bit of that.
Side, I like this World Series, the black with the gold. I never got the gold jersey from last year. I was waiting, so I decided this year, now that we got it again, the repeat, I gotta get it. Gotta get it.
Yeah, exactly. And if you actually take a look at me, Lori, if you could kind of show my outfit today, I always wear this jersey because I love number 16, Hideo Nomo, my Japanese brother who was on the Dodgers in the 90s. I love him. But you know what? It's a little bit dated. It's been a while since the 90s, so I might come and pick up a couple of things here for myself and my family. But you know what? There's a lot. But there's a lot more people out there, so if you're not here ASAP, all this stuff might be gone. So it might be your chance to get right here to Dick's Sporting Goods, a.k.a. Dick's Dodgers Good, right here in Pasadena. I'll send it back to you guys.
I think they need to rename it, even if just for the night. Rena Nakano live for us there in Pasadena. Rena, thanks so much.
A very special edition. Just about everything is a very special edition right now in Los Angeles, because take a look at SoFi Stadium right now, the top of SoFi, celebrating that Dodger victory. Let's go Dodgers, it says right off the top of SoFi Stadium, 2025 World Champs. And on that note, of course, you know that Darren Haynes has been talking to a number of Dodger athletes as they're coming out of the locker room in between champagne celebrations. Here's him talking to Clayton Kershaw a few minutes ago.
It's just amazing when people that are as talented as they are go above and beyond for the team. And you just continue to see that over and over again. Shohei taking the ball tonight, then Blake, then what Yama did will never be done again, maybe. So just like Will Smith catching 18 innings, I'll never get to do this again. Just let it burn. It's the best. I'm just so grateful to be a part of this clubhouse. You know, I'll get to keep in touch with these guys and I'll be around, but yeah, you don't ever get to do something like this again, I'll tell you that. This doesn't happen in normal life, so I got to do it more than a lot of people, and I'm overflowing with gratitude right now. I really am.
Word I was going to say, gratitude, gracious, and sending him off in a way that just feels so special. What an iconic player and iconic career.
When you play a sport, a professional sport, and you decide to retire, and you know you're going to have to, there are very few that get to retire on a winning note. And Clayton has done so many wonderful things. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame, and he retires and leaves after winning a championship. He's
it's incredible.
The big Dodger in the sky is really blessed.
Watching
That's
out
for sure.
for him.
Yeah,
that is
right.
for sure.
Yep.
We want to get now to Mike Rogers. He's at the desk tracking how things are looking outside for us. Mike, I know you've been talking to people. What are you hearing?
Yeah, we're hearing a lot of arrests that are about to be made. The LAPD is trying to push some of these crowds. Obviously, what they'll do first is try to get the crowds to disperse. They'll give them dispersal orders and push them in certain directions. You're looking live there at SkyCal, that is over the San Fernando Valley in the Pacoima area, where we have had really close calls throughout the course of the night, where you can see a bunch of those cars there on the intersection. And forgive our picture there from SkyCal. It breaks up a little every now and again as we are a little bit close to the mountains there. So, but you can see it back. We've got 3 cars there in the intersection, and I can't tell if there was just a slight bump between the two of them, but they are continuously kind of moving through the intersection here with a lot of people that gets just really dangerous. And I want to ask Vinny if we can go back to our East LA feed and look at some of the things there that the CHP and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department are doing. Here you see on the ground that guy riding through the intersection with a skateboard and a Dodgers flag, and there you see the sheriffs kind of holding their line right there. The sheriffs have issued a dispersal order there as well. We are told gas has also been used in that situation where they're trying to get some of the crowds to disperse. We've also got a really big scene going on over in Echo Park that we're trying to get some video of over there. But that crowd is apparently using commercial-grade fireworks, according to the Los Angeles Police Department, and they've issued a dispersal order there. I tell you, the East LA crowd seems to be kind of the most tame out of all of them. Vinny, if we can go back to the chopper really quickly, I know it's breaking up on you. There we go. And you can see all of that smoke that is being put up from those guys and those tires that are doing burnouts there. I mean, that's an intense amount of smoke. We've seen burnouts before, and I don't know that I've seen a lot of smoke, that much smoke come out of it. So I don't know. Hopefully there's nothing on fire down there that's putting up all that smoke. But it may just be the 3 cars repeatedly doing burnouts. And we've been watching this feed. They've gotten uncomfortably close to the crowd on many occasions as those bumpers kind of swing around there and get close to the pedestrians that are gathering in the street. I'm surprised that we haven't seen an LAPD presence here yet. This is one of 2 intersections kind of in that area. There's another intersection just about a mile to the north that is dealing with kind of the same situation. So I don't know if they're stretched a little bit thin. Look at that, all that smoke.
We're watching it here. I thought it earlier. It almost looks like maybe they have like a smoke machine or something in one of these cars. Maybe not that one, but we were watching it driving earlier, and it looked like smoke was coming out. So.
He may just be hitting the rubber and just, I want to say doing it the right. I don't want to say doing it the right way, but doing it the right way.
Right.
But look at that. Look how close he gets to the crowd right there.
Dangerous.
I mean, it's just this. It's unnecessary. It's not celebratory. It's just it's causing problems. Somebody could get very seriously hurt as a result of this. LAPD's got a lot of their focus on Echo Park and in downtown LA. I don't know if they were a little, unprepared for what's going on up in the valley. We don't, I will say, generally see the valley get this crazy. Last year, there were certainly pockets of things going on, but it wasn't, I don't recall it to being this extent. I mean, you've got this crowd that is really starting to grow here. So again, LAPD is aware of it, and they are, monitoring it and I'm sure coming up with a plan on how to deal with it. Left side of your screen, that's up in the San Fernando Valley. Right side of your screen is down over in East LA, where the sheriffs and CHP are handling that situation. What's interesting, though, is time and again, year after year, celebration after celebration, these are our staple places. This is where we will always go and find this kind of activity. People celebrating Whittier Boulevard in East LA is always where the celebrations break out and always where they are. And I can tell you, tonight is not the first night that the sheriffs and the CHP have been ready in East LA. They have been there every game that was played where the Dodgers could have potentially won. They were already pre-deployed and in those areas. And now, obviously, Game 7 was the understandable preparedness for it. But they've been ready all week since the Dodgers entered the World Series to deal with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's rather unnerving just to see how close it keeps getting, to all of these people around here.
Yeah, these people don't even seem to care, too. That one just walked up right to the car as it drove off. I mean, this can take a turn very quickly.
Well, and when you had at one point, there was like 3 cars in the intersection all doing it at once. And, I mean, there you go. There's another one that's kind of pushing through there. So, yeah, I mean, thankfully, we haven't seen anybody get hit by a car yet, and hopefully that doesn't happen tonight. But you can just see how close they all are to the car and to the crowd. And the car, there you go. So you got the crowd kind of moving back as it happens. So
yeah, it's like you said, it's right on that line, where it's all celebratory, it's all fun.
Until it's not.
Right, until it's not, and you start getting really worried and hoping, fingers crossed, that nothing terrible happens.
Yeah, and this takes one misstep from the driver or one misstep from a person in the crowd not paying attention and not moving in time to make everything a tragedy, to make what was supposed to be such fun and celebratory into something so terrible. So again, we hope that doesn't happen. We hope that this all kind of resolves itself and that LAPD is able to either push them out or the crowd just disperses and says, hey, that was fun, we're good.
Yeah.
But for now, that's not happening.
Man, call your friends, see where they are. Invite them over, celebrate at home. There's so many ways
to
keep
get back on the sidewalk.
Happy and exciting and joyful, and we want that to continue to be the thing that we're talking about tonight,
parade's
and
also
not a
on
tragedy.
Monday.
Yes,
so you got time.
You got plenty of time.
So while we continue to keep an eye on this situation, obviously we'll monitor Mike Rogers at the desk and SkyCal overhead. In the meantime, we do also want to continue our coverage here of the celebrations from the field as well, all the way out in Toronto. You take a photo there. That's new in of the team celebrating their little class photo.
Yes, this is the back-to-back moment that they got to do this.
Yeah, that'll be framed up, and obviously throughout the night you've been hearing from Darren Haynes, who is in Toronto there at Rogers Center, talking to players in and out of the locker room as they get showered with champagne. We just heard from Clayton Kershaw just a couple minutes ago. Let's see if we can hear from Blake Treinen. I know Darren, we were told, we just got done talking with the now 3-time champion, Blake Treinen.
What does it mean to just win another championship?
All glory to God. It's an amazing feeling. Every time you think you've hit a pinnacle or something new in your career, you know, there's just another way that God knows how to bless you. And watching all the young guys step up in big games, like in the 18-inning game, and that's just really fun to see, man. It's a different perspective. You know, seeing the next generation, these younger guys, some of the veterans that we signed and brought over, guys that have been doing it for years now, like Mookie and Freddie and Otani and Yama being here. It's just super special. Grateful to be a part of it, grateful to be on the Dodgers.
One thing that when you look around, you saw Clayton Kershaw walk by, and you know this is the end of his career. What can you say about the way he went out and what he did in Major League Baseball, especially in LA?
Well, I mean, very few people have ever accomplished what he's done. I don't know if very many people we're talking about in the bullpen have started a career and finished it just being excellent. And even through all the struggles with injuries had the last couple of years, coming back and throwing the way he did this year. I mean, gosh, we make the playoffs because of his performance all year, and then having a big out. Wild. He's a true gift to the game, and even better teammate and even better dad, husband. So.
People were asking Dave Roberts about the dynasty, what you guys have done. Would you say this is a dynasty?
Yeah, I would say so. And
why?
I mean, the winning culture. It's now 3 rings in the 2020s, and you know, even if you don't win, the fact that Dave's been to the World Series, 17, 18, 20, 24, now 25, that's wild. How many teams have been able to do that? I mean, maybe a Yankees run. It's crazy to think what the Dodgers have been able to do, and it starts at the top. You know, Mark Walters and the whole, you know, ownership group just bringing in and willing to go get players, and then players seeing the winning culture and choosing to come here over other offers. It's pretty special. I mean, they've put in the work for over a decade to make sure they can have the players that they want, because winning teams are at the top of everybody's list, and so it's just really cool to see top to bottom. It's such a deep intertwined system that they've created for success, and it's going to continue.
The people in LA are watching you right now. What can you say to the people who are celebrating another championship back in Los Angeles?
Hey, we brought you another one. What did Mookie say last year? He's trying to fill up that hand. It's a gift, and man, can't wait to get back and celebrate with you guys.
Appreciate you, Blake. Back to you guys in the studio.
Darren, thank you. I mean, it's such insightful interviews from what we've been hearing for so many people. As you take a live look now back out in the Valley, I believe this is where we're over top of SkyCal right now.
And that crowd's growing just from the last time we
and the donuts that keep happening right now. Obviously, just a couple minutes ago, some fireworks in the air as well.
Looked like it got real
We're
close.
concerned about the potential danger here with people on the corners of that intersection as well. So let's get back to Mike Rogers at the desk, because we're continuing to monitor this situation. Mike, what are you hearing?
Yeah, you know, we're listening to the radios here. We've got LAPD that's dealing with the crowds in downtown that are kind of popping up in more and more intersections. And this is indicative of what happens after a World Series win, right? We have the crowds, the game is over, the team wins, everybody kind of gets their stuff and heads out, and then it turns into this, and you've got these larger and larger crowds that are going on throughout the city. We've been watching this one up in Pacoima. This is off of, I believe this is off Van Nuys that we're watching this one. Van Nuys Boulevard, but yeah, Van Nuys Boulevard is where this is, and you can see that they're just doing the most dangerous portion of this is the spins. I got to tell you, I'm really surprised, as long as we've been watching this, that LAPD hasn't shown up yet. I don't know
There's
their
no
plan.
reason for it. It's
At
just
what
odd,
point,
right?
yeah, does it get to that threshold of just unsafe that now the public at large is at risk?
Right, and I don't truthfully. I mean, I know that they're aware of it. I know that they've been monitoring it. They've got 911 calls about it. They're talking about how traffic is backed up on all sides because of this. I haven't heard a reason why they haven't moved in yet.
Can you tell us too? I mean, you were saying this earlier, Mike, about the typical areas that we see, obviously downtown and situations. But is this the area that you were talking about that's kind of unusual?
Yeah, usually it's a little bit higher up. We usually see it kind of sometimes in the Sylmar area. Pacoima is not an unusual. I wouldn't be surprised to see this here. Okay, I want to answer your question from a little bit earlier. Sorry, I'm just getting sidetracked. But right when this car, right before this car started doing donuts, somebody came up and sprayed something on the tire.
So it is something
I think there is something that is making it produce more smoke.
Look like it's more,
It seemed like an unnatural amount.
It did not seem like that was just coming from the donuts and exactly, yeah.
I don't know what they're spraying on it, but whatever they're spraying on it is making it produce more smoke than.
Which is even more dangerous.
Right, exactly my point too, because now you're getting into a situation where that smoke obviously makes it even more difficult to see around you.
Right.
So God forbid someone takes a misstep or gets a little too close or misjudges just how far
as
the car is.
As he takes out the sign in the middle of
there you you
Right.
go. And then, my goodness. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's like, you know, what do you want to add to a bad situation? Oh, we can't see either? Perfect. And that's where, you know, kind of where we're at here with this guy going around. So, yeah, we'll watch this. I got to tell you, I'm surprised that I don't see LAPD.
Yeah.
They may be trying to formulate a plan.
Mike, thank you.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Bounces one up the middle. That's to the back. Over to first to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall and win back-to-back titles.
breaking at 11 in what will go down as one of the greatest World Series games of all time. The Dodgers come out on top and repeat as world champs. Welcome to CBS LA at 11 on CBS Los Angeles. It was a game straight out of a Hollywood movie with the Dodgers showing off their superpowers to come back from nearly the jaws of defeat.
We had a lot of people glued to those TVs. With any world champion, the hard work we know is done, and it is now time we get to celebrate in Toronto there after an epic 5-4 Game 7 win over the Blue Jays in those extra innings. I mean, what a series. And of course, champagne celebrations in the Dodger locker room. As iconic as it is, you can feel the energy just looking at it from your screen.
And it's something that will be ingrained in their minds for the rest of their lives.
And their clothes.
Not as much champagne here, but reaction from fans in downtown LA as the Dodgers tied the game in the 9th inning.
And tonight, we're monitoring some celebrations, as we heard earlier, getting a little out of hand, including a street takeover that we are tracking for you in Pacoima. And of course, we have got our team on the ground there in Toronto. Darren Haynes is there interviewing. We've got more players. Darren, talk to us.
Yeah, I'm with Teoscar Hernandez right now in Teo. You're wet as well. What does this World Series championship feel like this time around, back to back?
Amazing. You know, it wasn't easy, but we're here celebrating. We did it.
When you look at what Miguel Rojas did, what Will Smith did, when a lot of people in this building, Blue Jay fans, thought they had it, the way you guys were able to bounce back and seal this deal.
That's the incredible job that the front office is doing with this organization. They bring in the players that they know at some point they're going to do special things so we can win ball games. From yesterday, Kike from the throw, Miggy from picking up that ball to complete the double play. And today, one of the biggest swings came from Miggy. Those two players, they're incredible. I don't think this team would be the same without those two. And now I think thanks to him and Kike, we're celebrating the back-to-back championship.
We can see the way you guys celebrate, but really take me inside yourself. You're real calm right now, but when you guys finally got those last outs to end that, how did you react, Teo?
Honestly, I don't remember. It's just incredible. Right now, you know, it's just getting into everything that was happening during that game, adrenaline and everything. Now it just finally is over. We complete what we want from day one in spring trainer. And, you know, just trying to save the energy to celebrate back in LA.
Do you feel a sense of relief because, you know, you guys wanted to win back-to-back and you guys got it?
Yeah. I mean, we've been going through a lot.
Yeah.
We worked really hard for this. A lot of time on the field, out of the field, getting everything ready, everybody healthy. So we can do this at some point. We basically used every single one today.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to pull that off.
Appreciate your time, my man. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, well, that was Aaron Haynes live in Toronto, where it's been a night.
We have been glued to the TVs, even though we've been on the TV. We have been watching all of the fun. Not only has Darren been getting incredible interviews, but he's been bringing us the feeling that we know is going to be so exciting when it finally gets back here to LA.
Yeah.
But we're filling it through all the way to Toronto.
Right, because the vibe's incredibly high everywhere you go, including East LA tonight, where fans watch that nail-biting game projected on a water tower near Atlantic Boulevard and Hubbard Street. That's all thanks to one of the homeowners there who set up this watch party for the entire community.
Yes, we love to have family members, our neighbors. We have an awesome time.
And of course, the party continued down the street where fans flooded the intersection to celebrate.
Celebrations getting out of hand, though, in Echo Park. This was video from earlier at Sunset and Logan. You see cars doing donuts in the street, lots of smoke, a large crowd gathered there, ignoring a dispersal order by the LAPD several times. Police said people there were launching industrial-sized fireworks. It's the only spot so far that less than lethal munitions have been authorized.
We want to show some chopper video because as we've been watching this kind of devolve throughout the evening, and we say devolve because of what you're watching right there is those cars just getting so dangerously close to people in the streets there in Pacoima. We have been seeing fans turning out to the streets, which of course we want people to celebrate and celebrate safely, but they have been telling us that the area needs to be cleared just simply because of how dangerous things are getting as we see this street takeover, as we've been watching really for the last 30 minutes or so.
And let's get to CBS LA assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk. And Mike, of course, you're monitoring the crowds that have gathered across the city.
Yeah, and these are really popping up all over the place. This is the one we've been watching in the San Fernando Valley. This is one of two that we have seen tonight. This is certainly the larger of the two, the more dangerous of the two, as we've been seeing a number of street takeovers and kind of burnouts that have been going on in there. We saw an immense amount of smoke, as we've told you over the last hour or so of our coverage, along with this group as well. What we have not seen with this group is the Los Angeles Police Department. We know they're aware of it. We've been listening to it on the radios. It's unclear why they have chosen not to come in and try to break up this crowd. It's unclear if it's a resource issue, if they were a little unexpecting of how big this crowd would get in this area, because usually the San Fernando Valley is not an area that generally gets too crazy. They do gather, they do burnouts, but this is a larger crowd than we're generally used to seeing at a celebration in the San Fernando Valley. So we're watching this for now, though. It looks like for a second, there's not, I see it's because I said it. I was just going to say we haven't seen a burnout, and right as it was coming out of my mouth, here comes this guy. And look, you got somebody right there in the middle of the street. Look at that. Carrying those signs, and the back end of that car almost hit the sign. This is what we're talking about. This is such the dangerous nature of what happens when people in the city celebrate, and unfortunately they celebrate like this, which puts a lot of lives at jeopardy. This is not the only place where we've seen those large crowds. Let's go to East LA, where there is a dispersal order given here as well by the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. We also know that LASD has used gas in this section as well. And back to that, one piece of video you guys were showing earlier up in the Echo Park area, they were also given the permission by the incident commander to use gas on the crowd there as well. The LAPD saying that there are industrial-sized fireworks being launched at officers over in that area. This, though, is in East LA. It actually is a bit calmer than some of the other spots, at least right here from where the vantage point is of our camera. LA County Sheriff's Department, the CHP, well aware of this intersection. This is really one along Whittier Boulevard. This is where it always, always, always is. It is never a surprise here to see crowds gather. In fact, we've seen crowds gather here even when they haven't won the World Series. Yeah. Even when they win the pennant, sometimes they show up here. So this is a well-known area for this kind of thing to happen. Now, for people that don't want to celebrate here at 11 o'clock at night and would rather go celebrate on Monday, this is the parade route for Monday. We now know the parade will be happening at 11 a.m. It'll start there at Temple and Broadway. It'll move westbound on Temple until it goes south on Grand. It'll go Grand all the way to 7th, and then it'll head west, and then it'll come up Figueroa and end near the LA Live area. Then after the parade, there will be a big celebration at Dodger Stadium. People that want to go to the Dodger Stadium parade, unfortunately, have to get tickets and will miss the parade because they have to be in Dodger Stadium before the parade is over. So it's kind of like you have to pick one or the other. Now, what will the weather be like? Will we have these foggy conditions? Will we have a nice parade day? Meteorologist Evelyn Taft is in the next weather center with that. But I think we're going to go back to you guys first.
I think we are. I think we're going to hand things over, though, because Evelyn, that's what everyone's wondering.
Right, it's like the top headline right now.
There we go. And indeed, we are continuing to see a little bit of fog, as Mike was just asking, will we see fog for the parade? Well, by 11 a.m., things will clear out nicely. It's actually getting cooler next week, which is good news for anybody heading out to the parade, because, of course, when you're standing outside for a couple of hours, it could certainly get toasty. So a very exciting moment for us here you're in Southern California, I will tell you that you should bring a hat. That's right, bring a hat. And this, again, will be taking place between 11 and 1 o'clock. So that's going to be the parade for the Dodgers on Monday between 11 a.m. and 1 o'clock. We are expecting the warm-up to continue tomorrow, but it will get cooler into next week. And with that cool down, we'll see a little bit of fog in the forecast. But like I said, by 11 a.m. or so, we are expecting a lot more sunshine. Oh my goodness, I'm hearing that our Darren Haynes has Dave Roberts.
Hey, yeah, Dave Roberts, man, back to back. What does that feel like?
It's special. I mean, it hasn't been done in baseball in 25 years. It's not easy to win the World Series. And, you know, looking at our season, we started out in Tokyo and ended up in Toronto, and all the stuff that we had to go through, the fight, the perseverance from our guys. And it just, you know, it didn't look good at times, right? We're battle tested. We fought. Miggy Rowe tonight was huge. Yamamoto huge. But again, I can go on and on. But I'm just so proud of this group of men, for this organization, for the city, and I just cannot wait to get back to Los Angeles and have that second parade.
Now, Dave Roberts has a lot to get to, so we have one more question with you. What do you think this celebration is going to be like when you go back to L.A.?
You know what? Last year was pretty special, given that we hadn't had it since '88. You know, because in COVID we didn't get to have it in '20. This year, I think it's going to be even bigger. I think to do something unprecedented, to go back to back. I'm asking everyone to kind of get their doctor's notes prepared so they can get an excuse absence and be there to celebrate us, and let's celebrate together. I can't wait to get back home.
I have a short question, even though I said it was the last. Is this a dynasty, yes or no?
You know what? I'm an active participant, so I'm going to let all the fans and all the media people talk about it, but I just don't think there's a better organization in all of sports right now.
Appreciate your time, Dave Roberts. Congratulations once again. All right, back to you guys in the studio.
Great job. Thanks so much for that, Darren,
Amazing.
just bringing us all of the highlights.
From Toronto back here to Los Angeles, our Rena Nakano is live at a Dick's Sporting Goods right now, where fans continue to grab all of their World Series gear. And by fans, we also mean Rena, of course, who has her arms completely full.
Absolutely. And you know what, Gio and Hunter, I'm actually taking orders right now through my cell phone text message, and I'm getting a bunch of stuff for a bunch of people I know, including my family and friends. So if you'd like something, please go ahead and text me. So anyways, I was talking to you guys earlier about some of the cool clothes that they have. They have a long sleeve, short sleeves, they have hoodies. But of course, Evelyn just said it's getting kind of cold, right? Look what we have here. Ta-da! We got these beautiful beanies. Of course, it says LA World Series 2025 champions. But let's not forget, they did this 2 years in a row. So, oh my goodness, back-to-back World Series champions, 2024, 2025. They got the koozie. They got the water jug. Of course, if you want a commemorative ball, there's one right here. And if you want to drink a nice cold one, right here, chill this glass in your freezer and put some yummy stuff in there and enjoy. But of course, this stuff is all available right here at Dick's Sporting Goods, but I'm going to call it Dick's Dodgers Good, because look at all this stuff here. Mounds and mounds and mounds of brand new commemorative special World Series 2025 championship Dodgers gear. And like I said, they got everything from kids stuff to adults to 2XL, maybe even bigger. And you know what? It is expensive, but I talked to a bunch of the people who are here who tell me, hey, there is no price to being a fan of such a wonderful organization like the LA Dodgers. And you know what? We got a fan right here. Can I come talk to you for a split second? Surprise! Tell us who you're buying this for.
Oh, I don't know yet.
She doesn't know yet, but she's here, waited in line for like an hour, right? You waited, yeah. Yeah, a long time. I know a lot of people out there have been waiting for an hour. Come on, Lori, let's talk to a couple more people here. All righty, so we got T-shirts, we got gray, we got dark gray, we got white. All right, ladies, I see that you guys are big fans. May I talk to you for a second? No? Okay. That's okay. She's shy, but definitely not shy about being a Dodgers fan, because they are here at 10:30 at night when it's usually closed, right? So, all right. Look at all this cool stuff right here. Anyway, so like I said earlier, Hunter and Gio, if you guys want something, just go ahead and text it right over because I got a lot of orders already in my hand. All right, I'll send it back to you.
Don't tempt us with a good
Rena
time.
Nakano is going to gather the greatest amount of credit card points known to mankind tonight, all courtesy of the CBS LA crew.
Personal shopper.
There you go. Rena, thank you so much. All right, our breaking news coverage continues next as LA celebrates back-to-back World Series championships for the Dodgers. For viewers on Channel 9, we will return to your regular programming, and we will have more coverage next here on Channel 2.
Welcome back in. We are celebrating back-to-back champions right now.
And we continue to hear from Dodger athletes all throughout the night, the greats, and what it means to win back-to-back World Series titles. Let's go ahead and listen to Clayton Kershaw as he wraps up a Hall of Fame career.
Questions. The first one will be, what does it mean to you to win back-to-back World Series titles again?
It means so much. It's just I'm just so honored and grateful to be a part of this group. It's been an unbelievable ride for me, and the people is what make it so special, and this group is so special, man. And to get to say that we're World Series champions again, and for this one to be my last game ever, there's no words for how grateful I am, and I can't wait to celebrate back home, get to do that parade one more time. Can't wait.
You talk about this being your last game. You finished on top. What was the moment like when you just looked around and just took that moment in, knowing it was your last, Clayton?
I mean, not sad at all. Like, you can't script any better getting to have this be your last game ever, you know? So this is what you dream about. This is what like any kid would say, like, hey, Game 7 of the World Series when you're in the backyard. So for me to get to do this as my last one, man, I am over the top grateful.
From CBS LA and everybody at home, all your fans, congratulations on an amazing career.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, 17 years since 2008. Clayton Kershaw, Dodger. On that note, let's get to our Tom Wade, who is live in Echo Park, where things are getting a bit out of hand. You see a crowd there, Tom. How rowdy is it right now?
You know, it's more festive than anything, but yeah, people are pretty fired up. Maybe some of them had a few cocktails. There were, some people doing donuts. Obviously, that's not a good thing. They've got the street here at Echo Park in Sunset pretty much locked down. Lots of people out in the street. Not nothing. I would say too alarming. It's definitely I think people are pretty just excited. There's a good mood. I think you might get a little bit concerned as the hours go by, and you just don't know. Maybe it's a little bit unpredictable, maybe a tad volatile. But right now, it's just a lot of people playing music, hanging out. But we do hear some engines revving up. We see some fireworks going off. But I got to say, people just generally in a really good mood here. And we were downtown just a short time ago. For folks who maybe were watching, everyone's just so happy. They're just the vibe is just absolute joy. And I think, given what we've been through in LA in the last year, just so much, right? The fires. There's been a lot of turbulence that we pushed through in Los Angeles. And I think people just are so happy to go out together and party in the street. Obviously, this can't go on for too long, right? Because police will probably start to do some crowd control here at some point. There's also a dude up on the utility pole there, on the light post, traffic light post. Maybe not. Maybe that's probably not legal, but he's just hanging out right now. I gotta say. There's just a lot of joy out here. Just a lot of people who are really, really excited to be celebrating the Dodgers for the second consecutive World Series victory. And I think they just want to share that joy with a lot of people, but they might have to share that joy on the sidewalk soon. We'll see. We'll see how police out here handle it. But again, right now, just honking horns, people playing music, chilling, hanging out. That's kind of what it looks like. So there you go. Fireworks are probably a little bit alarming, maybe. I don't think that's again another thing that's not legal, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But right now, a lot of chanting, a lot of cheering, a lot of smiles, a lot of laughter, dancing. So that's nice to see, right?
We want things to stay safe. I think that's the biggest thing is, we want to celebrate. We don't want to rain on anyone's parade, even though that parade's coming Monday when you're going to have a lot of time to celebrate. But, of course, staying safe is the number one thing right
absolutely
now.
The number one thing. Tom, overall, I kind of get the sense, though, just based on, I'm looking just at the camera right around you, it just looks like a lot of folks just kind of standing around and taking everything in around where you're standing. Is that a fair description?
I heard almost nothing of what you just said, but what I'm doing right now is walking down the street because there is what we're told a couple of Waymos that were set on fire. So if you want to walk with me, we're going to walk down the street. We're coming down Sunset here. And I believe that's where the Waymos are down there. So yeah, obviously things are getting a little out of hand. We're setting things on fire. Lots of fireworks going off there behind me. Wait for that. There we go. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously not super safe, so we want to, people probably, this could get really out of hand with the fireworks blasting off right there. But yeah, let's keep walking down. Ben, why don't we spin around? Yeah, you're good, okay. I want to get down to see these Waymos, though, because I just talked to two gentlemen who said there were two. Hey, Ben, watch out, there's a car right behind you. So yeah, we're just gonna keep walking. If you guys want to hang with us, we're just gonna. Oh my gosh, that's probably not super safe. I'm walking down the middle of the street. Okay, so I think right beyond where we're standing right now is right over here. So we're gonna go right over. Hello. We're just going to bounce over here real quick and see what's going on.
Tom, we want you to stay safe, of course. Your safety is number one as well. And those commercial-grade fireworks, Mike's been telling us all night that those have been kind of something they've been keying in on as you said, just not being a safe situation for people with crowds. Because at one point we saw...
totally. If you're right on top of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if it's not going in the air, it goes into a crowd. That is, again, how things take a turn. But... as you said, you're looking at potentially another side of this celebration that's taken a turn.
Yeah, and it's it only takes a few people to do something stupid, right? And with the Waymo situation, we saw that during some of the unrest during the aftermath of the beginning of those immigration raids. I think I see it coming up here, Ben, as we're taking a long walk. Let's see what we got over here. All right, let's see here. Okay, I think this is the area. I'm looking, guys, but off the side. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we'll send it back to you guys. Well, there's the Waymo right over there, right in front of us. You can see. So yeah, we do have some damage here, and that's obviously a big concern. So, but I'll send it back to you guys.
Yeah, you see it, the tagged Waymo there. We'll keep an eye on it. Tom, you will as well. We'll check back in a little bit later on. In the meantime, let's get a check of your forecast, because not only are we looking ahead to the weather for the parade on Monday, but of course the weekend. We were talking fog today, and then the sun breaking through.
Right, and I mean that fog really was dense. It's dense again for the coast, for the basin. Of course, the big question is, will there be fog or will there be sun come Monday morning for the official Dodgers parade, or the unofficial official, right? Certainly different than what's going on out there tonight. I will tell you, 70 degrees by 11 a.m. on Monday, so we will clear out nicely. It's sort of a bring a hat, maybe a Dodgers hat, right, if you will, kind of weather by 12 p.m. Go blue by 1 p.m. Upper 70s, nothing but sunshine. A beautiful day, really, for the parade on Monday. It'll be a little cooler, and as we know, sometimes when you're standing out there, it feels hotter than it is, especially if you're on concrete. So 77 could feel like 87. So again, just water, sunscreen, hat as you head into Monday if you plan on going to the Dodger parade. As we get a look at your next weather, what we are watching forecast right here, you'll see breezy offshore winds. The warm-up does continue, and we are expecting a cooler forecast as we head into next week. Eventually, there's going to be a chance of rain to our north on Wednesday. It doesn't look like it's going to hit us here in Southern California, but could hit the Central Coast. So all eyes on a cooler forecast Wednesday. Warm and dry still for tomorrow as we round out the weekend. And as we take a look at your forecast a little later in the week, there's that low that's going to bring in that cooling trend as we move toward the end of the week. And really the middle of the week is where temperatures bottom out with this chance of rain to our north. And you'll see that right here as we're close to 80 degrees for tomorrow, upper 70s on Monday. So again, beautiful weather for the parade. Tuesday, slightly cooler into Wednesday. And then we warm things up again by the end of the week into next week. Also, a quick reminder, daylight saving time technically taking place tomorrow. So that does mean we gain an hour of sleep tonight, which is very exciting. So you'll see upper 80s turning to 80s, then 70s by the time we head into your Wednesday. 80s by Thursday, Friday, cooler again by Saturday. As we check out one more next weather 7-day forecast for the IE. Upper 80s turning to 80s, then 70s by Wednesday and Thursday, then back up to the 80s by Friday and Saturday. And finally, for the deserts, mountains, and the beaches, you'll see 80s turning to 70s, the mountains in the 70s turning to the 60s, and the beaches in the 70s for the next 7 days. But bottom line, beautiful weather for the parade on Monday between 11 and 1, expecting 70s with sunshine. Thank you, Southern California. And thank you, Dodgers. Back to you guys.
Take it in stride. Evan, thank you. All right, let's get to breaking news from SkyCal live overhead right now in Pacoima. The chaos still continuing amid fan celebrations.
Yeah, Gio, we've been watching this all evening as the crowd has grown. The cars more, aren't necessarily on the road right now, but certainly earlier we saw a very different scene. Things were getting very dangerous. SkyCal, though, capturing some pretty unruly activity in the Pacoima area. That large crowd, as we said, has been doing a street takeover. Those donuts, a lot of smoke, and a lot of people just standing around. But at least things look much calmer right now than what we saw earlier this evening. So hopefully everybody stays safe if you're out there celebrating.
And we do want to bring in Mike Rogers briefly here. Mike, what are you hearing?
Yeah, well, we're looking at this. I also, Jackie, if you can pull up Tom Shot RS1, law enforcement is moving in the Echo Park area. We're watching them kind of roll in on a bunch of armored vehicles. There you see the patrol car there. You've got a Bearcat in front, and then we've brought another bunch of group of officers that are moving in. So all of that crowd that was setting off those fireworks, there you see at the end of Ben on the camera there, at the end of that shot, you've got what they call a mobile field force, which is essentially a group of officers that are on the edge of police cars, and you'll see now they're going to start pushing this crowd out where Tom is, and again, that's in Echo Park along Sunset.
All right, we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Obviously, a fluid situation right now. We also want to, highlight, and it looks like, are we going to Tom, guys, or are we going to
talk about highlights?
Which direction should we go in here? Let's go to Tom Waite now, who's live down there. Tom, you're down by Echo Park. I know the situation's a little hazy, crazy, but let us know what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, so what Mike was describing, I think, is what we're seeing here from the ground. And we're right by this Waymo here. Ben, let's just quickly show the spot right here where we just kind of walked up to. And then we just had a big column of police moving in toward that intersection there on Sunset, just about a block from where we are right now. And that's where the crowd was gathered and firing off fireworks and kind of partying in there. You know, for the most part, people were pretty relaxed and kind of hanging out. But yeah, obviously there was still people firing off fireworks and, you know, closing down an intersection that's not safe. You got this burned Waymo over here, and then we just saw police on horseback, and then like an armored vehicle with police officers on it. So you can see as we're walking down here, just kind of getting you a sense of the scene. They are definitely moving in to clear things out. And it looks like, I mean, I can't see super well from where I'm standing right now, but I think maybe they did clear out that intersection. Let me see. Yeah, well, I don't know. It's hard to tell, but it's much quieter now. And I could see police carrying less than lethal firearms with them right now, and they're moving in pretty quickly there. You can see them kind of jogging toward that spot. Let's keep moving closer, Ben, as long as they don't push us back. We'll obviously follow any orders from the police here. But yeah, that gives you a sense of kind of where we are right now. Oh, you can see that armored vehicle real quick right over there. Okay, let's send it back to you.
All right, Tom, thank you so much. Well, as we put a bow on what's been a crazy, fun night, Sports Director Jim Hill joining us now. Jim, it's been wonderful to talk with you throughout this entire evening about everything. What's your big takeaway after back-to-back World Series champions? Wow.
You know, you never think you're going to see something like this. But then when you think about the area that we live in, this is the sports capital of the world. We have two of everything here. And the teams that are here, and in particular talking about the Dodgers, we all know that there's a lot of effort, there's a lot of money, a lot of time spent into putting a championship team at Chavez Ravine. The owners there have done that. The Dodgers have done that, and they have come out and they have played their hearts out to win the championship. And they're going to be in contention for a lot of years to come, not just 1 or 2 years. One of the things that was really impressive is the way that they handled the Clayton Kershaw situation. He's a man of style, of grace, and of courage, and he has done some wonderful things while he was wearing the Dodger blue. So this is something that we all need to just sit back and relax and remember and think about, because there are a lot of other cities in the United States that don't have the great opportunities to cover the great teams like we have here in Los Angeles.
And Jim, talk to us about this generational talent we've seen on this team. Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, we've got so many good players here, but you've really been stressing the importance of it all working together to make this happen.
Well, it starts in leadership up in the front office. And when you have the kind of front office personnel that the Dodgers have, then you're going to have that, because the Dodgers have a history of having a lot of great foreign players come from Japan, really, and all over the country.
And it's been great to see
all the
way through. Jim, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate the back-to-back World Series champion Dodgers.
That's right. And Jim Hill is joining Jamie Maggio in Sports Central. Up more with all the Dodgers that you could possibly imagine. Have a great night, everyone.